I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Idaho.
Talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
It doesn't matter how. It's about whatever makes you say to yourself, I am great.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to this IdahoSports.com game stream production of the Idaho High School Football Playoffs. State playoff coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion, Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This afternoon, we're coming to you live from the ICCU Dome in Pocatello, where the Skyline Grizzlies are preparing to take on the Twin Falls Bruins in Idaho High School playoff action. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this exciting playoff broadcast. My name is Tim Belknap. I'll be your play-by-play guy tonight, joined by my good friend and Mr. All Sports Knowledge himself, Mr. Joe Richardson.
Hey, Tim. Great to be with you this afternoon. Really excited for this matchup. It's a rematch from last year. Last year's quarterfinals, where Skyline took that game no problem, hoping for a similar result tonight. Of course, Twin Falls would like to do what does not want to replicate their performance from last year, and hoping to not only perform better but get the dub this afternoon.
Not just a W, but they want to make a statement. You know, Skyline wants to make a statement that they are still the powerhouse that they have been throughout the last, 30 years maybe. Twin Falls. As we interviewed their coach earlier, he just said, we want everyone to know who we are. We want to execute. As you can see, the Twin Falls Bruins coming, taking the field. Hear their fans yelling. There's a couple of them out there. And they bring their flag. This is high school playoff action. And the Bruins, they want to make a name. They know that by knocking off powerful Skyline, that this could be their year to take it to them. We talked to their coach prior to this matchup, And he was ticked off that they didn't get to play more higher-ranked, larger schools because he wanted the power rankings. And as it is, Joe, you called it right when we were talking pregame. He is literally sneaking in here at a better team than the Max Preps ranking. And now the Skyline Grizzlies taking the field. You can hear their fans cheering them on as they bring out their 4 flags. The Grizz love it. I like that these high school teams bring their flags out. That's something that's new and quite enjoyable. But we're really recapping, last year. Both of these teams, just they can taste the victory, and they both talk about ball control. Coach Berger, he's like the 2 main functions we got to look at is can we handle their run game, and can their DBs handle our passing game. He referenced that their line much bigger than on the offensive line, much bigger than their defensive line, and his the best comment I took out of it was 1 through 8 everybody's good. We like to beat people 9 through 30. What a great statement from a well-seasoned professional.
And he wants all these players to be locked in. He wants them all to be a little bit more, not nervous, but be ready,
yes.
Right? And be prepared and realize that when you put that jersey on, you're a Skyline Grizzly. That means a lot. That should put a little pressure, not unnecessary pressure, Tim, but some pressure to play well and play like a champion.
Well, and I loved what he said. He says, we hate to play players both ways. We want to make sure that our players are well rested and playing one way. Occasionally we do when we have to. But, I don't know how they do this because don't all these teams have players with parents? All right, folks, we're going to fade away for some commercial sponsors while we have the national anthem here at the ICCU Dome. We'll be back in a moment.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance.
Welcome back to the ICCU Dome here in Pocatello, Idaho, where the Skyline Grizzlies are preparing to take on the Twin Falls Bruins in Idaho High School playoff action. As the officials will go to midfield and the captains will come out for the coin flip. We're looking at a couple of teams here who really can break it out. Twin Falls, they've got Ty Hess, their quarterback. He's having a great year. In fact, he's got an impressive 50-yard run under his resume for a quarterback. That's phenomenal. Yeah, also, Sam Martin last week had 112 yards and a touchdown. That's a great game anytime you go over 100 yards. Of course, on the Skyline side, you've got Zion Crockett. Zion, a 100-yard game is pretty normal for him. He's ready to do that. In fact, he told his coach he was ready and willing to do everything possible to help bring in this win. And we know that will be the case. Zion, both Joel and I have been on these games before. With Carmen Garcia, the quarterback for the Grizzlies, what a great athlete he is. In fact, Joel, I think you were verifying with me before. He also kicks off and does the extra point kicks. Is that correct?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Carmen Garcia is a great field goal and extra point kicker. And then Zion Crockett, he takes care of the punting responsibilities. But again, we talked before the break. both the Skyline likes to play a lot of different players, and they want to give their players breaks, and they don't want to be playing a lot of two-way. But when you have athletes like Zion and Carmine, you play them where you can, and for those guys, the extra time is kicking, which isn't too much. You can still get good breaks despite doing field goal kicking and being the quarterback.
I don't know if I'd want to, just because, you extend that leg out there, there's always that risk of getting hit.
That's true.
And yet he's so darn good at it. They can't not do it. Also, for the Grizzlies, you put these stats together in a quick hurry, Joel. I appreciate what you did. Key players to walk out for Trey Kirkham. I don't know how many times I've called his name when I've covered this
great wide
this
receiver.
Team. He's fast and he's got good hands.
Yep.
No other way to play it.
Well, and against Nampa, there were some uncharacteristic drops. I know we're not talking about Carmine, but some of this was due to route running. Carmine Garcia threw 3 interceptions.
That's
Nampa
unusual.
did a good job last week in containing the throw game, so we didn't call Trey Kirkham's name as much, and he had some of those drops. So obviously he should have a better game tonight. Should have a better game in terms of his hands, but man, this Twin Falls secondary, they're going to create problems for Trey, his buddies, and Carmine.
Guaranteed, and both coaches referenced that. Obviously, they recognize that is a challenge that they've got to be aware of and expect to see that. With Twin Falls, Hess, we talked about Hess, wide receiver J.C. Evans. His coach said, guy is just an explosive return man. You got your running back Amos Kuhn and your wide receiver Dalton Carter, all key players, very dangerous in their own respective areas. So expect to hear all of those names on both sides of the field a lot tonight. All right, the Skyline Grizzlies are getting ready to kick this off as the Bruins have opted for the second half to receive. And the kickoff is up. It's picked up at the 5, now out to the 20, 25, 30. He's going to take it down to the 30-yard line. That'll be his the punt return or the kickoff return guy. Joel, did you see who that was? I was not paying attention.
I want to say it was number 3, Dalton Carter, the dangerous return man.
Most likely, that makes sense.
Mentioned him already. Yeah, he does a great job with the kicking and punting duties in terms of returning the kicks and punts. And he also kicks and punts as well, Tim.
Does he really?
Yeah, longest kick return this year was 36 yards, and his longest punt return was 35. And, of course, Dalton Carter wearing the number 3 jersey tonight, or this afternoon for the Twin Falls Bruins.
All right, Ty Hess, number 1, taking it out of the shotgun. He's going to roll to the right. He's running into some friction, and he's going to be brought down. The Skylines, number 9, Kason Smith. I think we just said his name, didn't we?
That's the guy you're going to be hearing all afternoon, and you're going to be hearing it all afternoon because he's going to be in the Twin Falls backfield all afternoon. Kason Smith, huge senior defensive end for this team. Done a couple games for Skyline. You and I both have, and every time Berger talks about the edge, Kason Smith coming in hot on the blitz. Skyline wants to put pressure every time in the backfield. Watch for them to get blitzing often on every play.
A loss of 8 on the play. Hess now back. He's going to run the screen plan. Pass almost picked off by the Grizzlies. They read that like it was a playbook.
And Ty Hess had to get that ball away quickly because of, again, the pressure that came on him, and he almost threw it. There were almost 2 people picked that ball, Tim.
Boy, this is the way Skyline wants the game to start. But Bruins are filling almost just 2 plays in now, a little bit on their heels. Losing 8 on the first one and almost a pick in an area that could go pick 6 easily. They don't want that to happen. So it's going to be a 3rd and 18 for the Bruins. And this is an area where they've got to pick up some yardage. They don't even want to punt from this far down.
And this is a better start defensively for Skyline than last week. Obviously, their coaches got in their ears.
Yeah, they're going to. Hess is going to keep the ball. He's going to run out to the right side of the field. He'll get down back to the 30. So he's going to pick up not enough, obviously. I'm going to say he's going to pick up about 6 yards on that. 6 or 7, perhaps.
And nice pursuit by number 22, Gage Searle, the junior DB. We've been calling his name all year on these broadcasts for Skyline. Gage Searle does a good job in pursuit and staying on his toes to finish that tackle.
Well, the Bruins, no option here but to punt with a 4th and 13 at their own 30. against this Skyline team. You don't want to start the game in a hole this deep. So give us a chance to see Twin Falls' punting abilities. Can they boot it? Skyline trying to show a blitz. Rugby-style kick. It doesn't get a lot of height, but a good bounce. Skyline, is that Zion? He grabs it. He's going to be out. He's now at the 40, the 45, the 50, 55, 45, the 40, excuse me. 44. It is not. It is Taylor, that wonderful name I love. Taylor, the man who has whose name is so good they have it twice. Picked up that almost line drive kick on one bounce and hit us. He missed a couple tackles at the 30 and then just hit that seam along the sideline, brought it clear down to the 40-yard line. So the Grizzlies set up in perfect position for their first possession of the game at the Bruins' 40-yard line.
A nice compliment from Tim, thinking Taylor was Zion Crockett. As Zion
he was moving like Zion.
Runner, right?
I got to watch that. Both of those guys capable.
But yeah, Taylor doing work on the
Garcia with a quick snap. He's going to throw it out to the side. The side's coming down. He's going to go out of bounds at the 23. I believe that is Lincoln Cyril. No, it is not. It's number 5, Zion Crockett. How come you didn't correct me on that?
Well,
Joe?
I just we wouldn't let each other fail a little bit. That's how we really learn, Tim, right? I also didn't want to cut you off, which I had already done.
No, feel free when I get a name wrong.
But I will say, Skyline and Twin both have similar offenses. They're going to paint the corners, look to the flats, look to the screen game, and you've already seen that on this drive so far.
Both ways, yeah.
Right.
Garcia again out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it off this time. Bruins almost get the tackle, but he breaks it. He gets back to the line of scrimmage barely. That's well read by the Twin Falls defense.
And so the question is, can these defenses, and on this drive, obviously Twin Falls defense, can they contain the screen game that this Skyline Grizzlies offense does so well? Can they contain not only the screen game, but then those passes to the flat?
Yeah, the ball carry on that was Kirkham, which was an unusual carry for your wideout. But Easton Irwin making that stop over there for the Bruins. He led a whole team of them, but you're spot on, reading it well. Quick snap and a pass out to Zion Crockett. Crockett's going to take it down to the 15-yard line. That's going to be short of a first down. So the picks up. Is that going to be a 3rd and probably 4? Okay, Coach Joel, you are Mr. Everything Sports, I know. You're 3rd and 4, this close to the goal. What do you call?
I think they're going to look at some misdirection. We haven't seen a lot of that so far. Skyline loves to use some eye candy in the backfield, Tim. Use that misdirection to get someone going left, and they go right once again.
Well, and your Twin Falls has watched game film. You've got to know they're going to be expecting that. The handoff going around the corner, that is Kirkham. He's going to pick up the first down. He's going to take it down. Did he step out of bounds? Nope, he did not. They're going to put it at the 4-yard line. That's 1st and goal from the 4 for the Grizzlies, and everything working for the Grizzlies this drive. Hear the enthusiasm of Ryan Marlowe, the Skyline's PA announcer right above us, and the speaker right above us. And so you'll hear him a little bit tonight. Ryan, a great guy. We appreciate all he does. Every now and again, if I pronounce a name wrong, he corrects me.
And Brian does such a good job, and he's so friendly every time we come up to Skyline.
Yeah,
he loves Idaho sports.
He does. Ryan was just telling me how much he loves it. Handoff's going to go on a sweep. It's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown! Skyline, Dylan Andrews. Skyline with the touchdown. Dylan Andrews from the 4, just a sweep off the right side of the field. Is it 5? Is it Zion?
I think that was Zion on the touchdown.
Well, that's who I was thinking, but I thought the announcer said, the PA announcer said it, so we're going to give it to Zion. That's his 2nd carry, first touchdown of the night. That's a afternoon. I guess it's not night, is it? Kick is up. Garcia with the kick. It is good. And the Skyline Grizzlies go up with on their first series, 7-0 over the Bruins. And Skyline now needing to get in and get things going.
Let's recognize the sponsor tonight for this afternoon. Tim, we'll get that someday.
Maybe.
Levitt Select is locally operated with locations in Rexburg, Rigby, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, and Boise. Levitt's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each consumer's needs. The community they work and live in is their #1 priority. As such, they offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of their community's assets. Levitt Select in Idaho Falls wants to be your insurance professionals. Please call them today at 208-522-2582. Levitt Select Insurance, here for all your insurance needs. And Grand Peaks Community Health Center in Idaho Falls and Ammon is proud to support our local athletes and keep them healthy on their road to the state titles. Grand Peaks has been serving the Upper Valley in St. Anthony and Rexburg for many years and is excited to now serve Idaho Falls. They provide affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services. That's Grand Peaks Community Health Center, new to Idaho Falls.
A couple of great sponsors. We appreciate them helping us bring this broadcast to you. As the Skyline Grizzlies kicking off, boy, the Bruins, what a great return program they have. They're going to bring it out to the 38-yard line. And that is their dangerous guy, Dalton Carter. Coach said he was going to be part of this game, and he has both returns. He's returned it 20 yards after the catch. That's what you like to hear.
No doubt, and of course they'll want to improve on their last drive. Last drive they had to punt. They didn't really have a lot of positive yards. They lost 8 on that second down, almost threw an interception on the first down, and that started their drive off in negative yards.
Handoff up the middle for the Bruins as they started off. Will pick up 4 yards on the carry. That's number 20, Amos Kuhn. We talked about him and his running abilities pregame. He's only got 4 yards on that carry, but I only say 4 yards. If I could have 3 downs of 4 yards, that's going to do everything I needed to do all the way down the field. So that's a much better outcome for the Bruins than their first series, and I'm sure they're tickled to have that new outcome.
Yeah, and Amos Coons leads the team in rushing yards per game, 89.8 a game. Not a bad stat, 9 touchdowns on the year, averaging 6 yards a carry.
That's a great average. All right, the handoff's going to come around the sweep to the left side. Flags are flying as they'll pick up about 2 yards. Those flags are in the area where it can be nothing other than holding as Sam Martin takes it down for 2 yards. But it's all going to come back then some as we wait for the head judge to tell us what it is. Whitecap, excuse me. It is a holding. We've been doing this long enough. When you see a flag fly, in a specific area, you kind of know what it is. And unfortunately, we saw that. Wasn't missed. I think there were 3 flags came flying out of there.
It looked like fans throwing bananas onto the field as many flags
this isn't a soccer game.
That's right. It really was wild. It almost caught me off guard with all 3 flags coming out. I guess 3 out of 4 as we have four officials here tonight. Appreciate the officials being here. I know it can be hard this day and age, but grateful for those officials. 6. We got 6 going tonight. Awesome.
Trying to make sure it's a playoff game. Trying to make sure they can get as much as they can. All right, snaps made. There's no receivers downfield for Hess. He's looking. He's trying to escape a nightmare of no receivers open, and his pocket collapsed, and he did an amazing job of dodging and trying to get out of that collapsed pocket and actually made it back to the line of scrimmage, which is saying a whole lot.
Yeah, and that
he fought for those 7 yards to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And, Tim, you said it. All the receivers recovered. Great secondary play from this Skyline defense. We weren't sure, right, who's Twin Falls probably has a better secondary than Skyline's, but the difference is Skyline's offense, I think, overall, the stats show that Skyline's offense is better than Twin Falls, but would Skyline's DBs be able to contain Skyline's attack? And so far they have, allowing Kason Smith and his boys up front to get into the backfield.
All right, it's a big third and 15. And Hess is going to keep the ball. He's coming around the left side of the field. He's trying to make a cut, but he is brought down. Guess who? Zion Crockett playing defense. Whoa. Hess will pick up a gain of 10 yards, actually 11 yards on that carry. So it's a great carry. Unfortunately, it's going to set up a 4th and 7 for them at the 40-yard line, and a must punt situation. You don't gamble this quick in a game, championship game. Ty Hess, that's his second carry.
Twin Falls electing to play the field position game and not wanting to take any chances with that 4th and 7, like you said, Tim, but try to flip the field and force Skyline to march all the way down the field, 70, 80 yards versus 50 or 40. Good punt.
Nice punt. Dalton Carter, the return man, also the punter for the Bruins. And it's going to be picked up and just taken down at the 25-yard line. Taylor did not have the open slot along the sideline that he had last one. Taylor, the younger brother of Cruz Taylor, who was a speedster here for the Grizzlies a number, 3-4 years ago. And so I think he's probably following up in the family tradition of speed.
And Taylor, he's only 5'7", Tim, 155,
yes.
A junior, so he'll probably gain a few more pounds there. But, man, and what he lacks in size, he makes up for in speed.
Yeah, all of those Taylors, we've watched them over the years. They have just been speedsters, so it's fun to watch. All right, Garcia out of the shotgun, one back in the backfield. Man in motion, Crockett coming across the middle. He's going to take the wide out spot. Garcia is going to connect to, he make the catch is made, and a nice hit. Catch is made by Kirkham, but a nice hit by Easton Irwin again. And William Marlowe in on that as well. Nice hit by the Bruins. Be a gain of 4, I guess, for Kirkham. His second reception. All right, so it's a 2nd and 6 for the Garcias, for the Grizzlies with Garcia in the backfield. He's going to keep it. He's going to go up the middle, falls on a knee, I think, right at the first down mark. So he was either watching that first down mark or he was watching the official. And he must, that's the athleticism and knowledge of a senior quarterback. He knew exactly where the first down markers were. That's when he went down, and it is a first down for the Grizzlies at the 36-yard line.
And he was obviously trying to dive to the ground to not take the hit. No reason to get those extra yards. He got the first down. But would like, it's only high school, but maybe try to slide on that one because the way he fell looked a bit awkward. Fell
well,
right
he plays
on
football
his
and
knee.
basketball. Does he play baseball? Because he doesn't look like he knows how to slide.
Right.
Who knows? He's a great athlete nonetheless.
No doubt.
All right, the Grizzlies now lining up. I think we're going to see Garcia just out of the shotgun completely tonight. He wisely dodges, but doesn't get completely away from the Bruins. Is he going to be caught in the backfield for a loss of 3? He got away from the first guy, but the other 3 that were waiting for him, led by Vincent Gonzalez, and they're actually a loss of 2 is all they gave him. Forward motion?
Yep. Yeah, Paul Kingsbury's favorite rule in football, forward progress. You've heard Paul's takes on forward progress, haven't you, Tim?
No, I have not.
Paul, shout out Paul, the boss of this whole operation, prefers no forward progress. If you can pick up someone and take them backwards 30, 40 yards, then that's where the ball should be placed.
It's the rugby scrum.
That's right.
All right, the Grizzlies with a 2nd and 11, 12 yards. Hand it off up the middle, probably to Crockett. He'll pick up a gain of 4. It is not Crockett. That is Liam Lynch on the carry. That's his first carry of the night.
And Liam Lynch has emerged for this Skyline offense as a reliable running back. At the beginning of the year, with the loss of Amani Morrell, we weren't sure who's going to take over the reins. Aaron Ojeda gets touches, Liam Lynch. But as the season has gone on, it's been less Aaron Ojeda and more Liam Lynch for those true runs up the middle through the B gap for the Skyline offense.
And a program is with a long, heavy tradition of the Grizz. You earn that extra playing time. So Liam obviously has. Garcia with a lone backfield. He's going to pitch it out. He's going to connect to Zion Crockett at the 47-yard line. That's a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Man, they're timing this beautifully, as they have really each and every time hit it right about the 1st down mark, which I think some teams, they get excited and they try to go for the 15 or 20-yard pass when a 7-yard route with 3 yards of return after the catch is worth it.
Right, well, and Skyline is actually known for those big home run plays, Tim. So watch as they got the 1st down. They're here on the 46, 47-yard line. Watch for a big play.
Oh, they're caught. Going to be another loss as they bring in Garcia down.
And that was Aaron Ojeda getting a touch there.
Was that Ojeda? He got it?
That's right, yeah, Aaron Ojeda on the run. So using both running backs, but unfortunately that was a loss of 2. Tim, I got to shout out Easton Irwin. He's been on almost every tackle so far tonight.
You're right.
On that defensive line, getting through, getting off his block, and wrapping up, and either wrapping up or finishing tackles started by his teammates. Nice playing so far tonight from Easton Irwin.
That's the senior leadership there for Irwin. And he knows this could be the last game of his career if they don't win. All right, Garcia's going to take the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper off of the right tackle. Garcia down now at the 42-yard line. Just enough for a probable 1st and 10. It is. At the 41, actually, they mark it, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Really like the game that Brett Taylor, the offensive coordinator for Skyline, is calling so far. A nice mix of runs up the middle, using that short side, Tim, by not only passes to the flat, but also now a little bit of a wrinkle with the option, and Garcia running that option so well.
Oh, well, he's a big kid. First of all, you know, he plays post in the basketball team, so he's a big kid and he's got the ability to see over the line, especially when you have a big line, and it helps tremendous. Crockett with a handoff. He spins out of one tackle, tries to go out to the outside. He's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Again, that Bruin line just being a monster. And who else is on the tackle?
Our boy, man.
Our boy.
Easton Irwin.
Easton Irwin leading the tackle. 3 other guys in there helping him. But what a game he's having. They're calling the Skyline Grizzlies over to the sideline. Are we on a timeout?
We do have a timeout, so let's recognize the sponsor. Conan Heating and Air Conditioning is your authorized Lennox Premier dealer in Idaho Falls. Conan Heating and Air Conditioning has been providing superior HVAC service in the Idaho Falls area for over 64 years, Tim, with highly qualified and experienced technicians doing the great job. No job is too big or small for these Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. For all your furnace repair needs in Idaho Falls, trust the job to Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit them online for more information at www.conanheating.com. And then looking to buy or sell a home in Idaho Falls or purchase or sell a commercial property? Make your closing stress-free with the team at Flying S Title and Escrow. With years of experience, the team at Flying S Title and Escrow provides fast, reliable, and professional service every step of the way. Get the smooth, secure closing you deserve. Call us today at 208-522-9195. Flying S Title and Escrow, where we make things easy for you. And finally, Tim, it's
my favorite.
It's a nice day today, man, but Lava Hot Springs, Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off I-15, their world-famous hot springs are open now from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays for those hot date nights. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees, so you can come and soak your worries away. Their indoor aquatic center with Kitty Cove is now open Fridays and Saturdays, noon to 8, and Sundays, noon to 5, with special weekday hours. Visit lavahot.springs.com for more information and calendar for hours.
All right, we're back in action, and Skyline out of the naked backfield. Going to throw a pass off. He gets it. He's going to connect to Trey Kirkham. Kirkham's going to take it in. Touchdown, Skyline. Joe, how far did he come out on that? 30 yards? 35 yards?
Yeah, he may have doubled up the yardage just going wide, Tim.
Well, whatever
nice
he
run
did.
there from Kirkham.
Wow, that was beautiful. He was wide open.
Catch and run, I should say.
He was wide open. There was nobody there. Blown coverage. Safety supposed to pick him up as he was coming out of that backfield. Well, I guess off the line, excuse me. And just nobody there. Blown coverage, and it cost him 7. Garcia now in for the PAT. It's up. It's good.
Those PATs are so solid from Garcia. I mean, I know it's just a PAT, but those are good kicks. Like the kick is a good kick every time. It's solid end over end
and high,
and it's super high.
Yeah. You know, we make fun of it's just a kick. It's just 1 point. But how many games have we been on where 1 point determines a game? Last night there was 3 of them, right?
For sure, yep.
What a great opportunity.
And let's recognize Scholl's Dermatology for making this game happen today for you all back at home. Scholl's Dermatology has been providing the Magic Valley excellent care and management of skin diseases for over 40 years. Scholl's Dermatology takes pride in diagnosis, management, and medical, as well as surgical treatment of a number of skin conditions. Visit their website for a list of the skin conditions and other treatments. Scholl's Dermatology proudly supports Twin Falls Athletics. And Tim, just for everyone knows at home, it wasn't a timeout. It was actually the end of the quarter, which you and I both missed. But you know what?
Yeah, my goodness.
It's like our first time doing this, right, Tim? So
it's high school playoff action. We both get so excited.
Right.
So we're in the second quarter.
Everyone has their timeouts, 3 timeouts for both the Grizzlies and the Bruins. But Grizzlies now up 14-0.
Oh, wow. So 1 quarter of play done, and literally all Grizzlies that first quarter.
And then
then they open it up.
Open up the second quarter with that touchdown from Garcia to Kirkham. Again, blown coverage there, but Kirkham does a good job of hauling the ball in and running in for the touchdown.
What are they? The whistle. They kick, but the whistles blow it dead. I don't see flags though. What's going on, Joel?
There is a flag on the far side.
I didn't see it.
I just spotted it. No, yeah, it was kind of hidden there, just beyond the 40-yard line.
Offsides, huh?
So we'll wait to see what the call is.
That's why I didn't see it. I didn't see it because he threw it right there in the middle of the
It was
40.
It was hidden. As much of a yellow flag can be hidden on a white line, but indeed it was. Or you and I just need a new prescription.
Well, let's not go there. I don't want to talk about it. All right, so they'll mark it off just 5 yards, puts the ball back at the 35-yard line, and the Grizzlies will re-kick it. And, of course, who's the kicker, Joel?
Looks like that's Carmine Garcia.
Is it? Yep, it is. Trying to do a squib kick. Twin Falls picks it up. Nice catch by Henry Patterson, who waved for a fair catch, pulled it in, and held onto it for dear life. He was like, I don't want to take a hit. I'm going to make it. We're going to get the possession, and we'll go from there. So.
Yeah. And you know, those pooch kicks that kind of go end over end and they're short, those can be hard to pick up. They easily bounce off maybe a backer's chest who's supposed to be blocking, not catching, but he is forced to catch it, and sometimes those become fumbles. So it was a good attempt.
Smart move, yeah.
Yep, but Twin Falls takes over with good field position.
All right, the play's going to go up the middle for the Bruins. They're going to pick up about maybe 1.5 yards. I always hate those half marks. Let's see who the carry was. That was, I can't tell who that was. I think it was Amos Kuhn. Pretty sure it was Amos, and he picked up 2 yards. So the Bruins with a 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line. Hess in the backfield. Kuhn's next to him.
More pressure.
Hess takes it. He's get the pass off. He's got a receiver wide open. The catch is made. It's going to be brought down after a 12-yard gain. So that's going to be a first down for the Bruins as number 87, Bryce Nielsen, makes a great catch and turn to pick up a couple yards beyond it and get the first down. Love seeing that.
Yeah, just a quick slant, a quick turn, caught that ball, sure-handed, and a few extra yards after catch from Bryce Nielsen. You know, he looks like he's kind of built like a tight end.
Yes, he
is. But they have him listed as wide receiver, Tim. Only a sophomore, So look for Bryce Nielsen in the years to come to kind of maybe put on more pounds and become that solid tight end on those seam routes.
He does look like a tight end. He's got the build of a tight end. They're going to quarterback keeper Hess will take it up the field himself. He's going to pick up a gain of 3 as Vincent Gonzalez brings him down. Excuse me, wrong team. Lincoln Searle brings him down. Phew. Joe.
That was close, Tim.
That was terrible. I was getting too excited to call the offensive play. I called the wrong player, number 8. But Searle making that stop. And Hess is well known for being able to pick up some yards. But he only got maybe 1 net. Now, I guess 3 net gain. Hess in trouble now. He gets the pass off. It's going to be caught. What a great catch by the Bruins. Number 11, that is Jason Evans. Evans with a great catch, and they'll mark the ball at the 40. That's going to set up a 3rd and 2 for the Bruins. So the Bruins starting to get things moving for them. Starting to come together.
Yeah, and this is their first drive where I was going to say before this drive started, every drive has felt super taxing for the Bruins. Just a struggle just to get a few yards, Tim.
You're
but
right.
On this drive, this is their first successful drive, which has been consistent and flowing. And on that play, Jace Evans, that junior wide receiver, he leads the team in receiving yards per game, 51 yards per game for Jace Evans. So look to him to continue to get some looks.
Timeout on the field. Twin Falls, they wanted to think about what are they going to do to get those extra 2 yards. So, Joe, let's fade away and pick up some commercial sponsors as we try to pay the bills here. And we'll be back in just one moment. Welcome back to the ICCU Dome as we are 9 minutes until halftime here in this game. A 14-0 lead for the Grizz. Bruins are driving 3rd and 2. And they're going to hand that off around the corner. He's going to pick up the first down, and then the 30, 25, the 20. It's going to be brought down at the 20. That is a great run for Amos Coons as he picks up another long carry.
And that was some of that misdirection that we talked about earlier, Tim. That twin executed really nicely. Skyline players bit on to the far side, and Coons took it himself to the near side, to the short side of the field, which was the far side, and got that first down. Nice play call.
It was beautiful.
From Twin Falls.
Skyline missed it. They were coming to the left side of the field, and it was just a great call for the Bruins. Now down almost inside the red zone. Hess is going to roll to the right side of the field. He's going to keep the ball, trying to go upfield, but he's not going to get anywhere. It's going to be just taken completely down at the line of scrimmage. Number 15 for the Grizzlies on that, Dominique Lopez. Lopez leading a bunch of Grizzlies. It's always hard to just grab one player when there's like 10 of them on the play. Right. But the Grizzlies doing a great job of reading that. Hess, that's been his dangerous move. That quarterback keeper, he'll pick up 5 yards on a carry regularly. So that's got to feel like struggle when they're best it has in the past.
And Skyline doing a good job of getting hats to ball, like you said, always swarming to the ball. You love to see that as they bring more pressure again, Tim.
Yeah, they are. They're bringing the house. So they're going to hand it off up the middle to Coons. Coons takes it down to the 10, to the 6-yard line before he's brought down. Now they're going to say Neal's at the 7. That's a 1st and goal for the Bruins. Now it's starting to seem like the Bruins that we expected in this game we didn't see in the first quarter.
Yeah, Skyline doing a good job of getting to their blocks. And whether it's zone or man blocking, the Bruins doing a good job there. And also with Skyline, you mentioned they were bringing the house. They brought the pressure there, but when you bring pressure and you're getting blocked, zone, you're getting double teamed, suddenly there is no secondary. There are no backers to contain the run.
The safety made the tackle on that one, which that's what the safety's for. All right, they hand off to Coons again up the middle. Skyline reads it reasonably well, but they will pick up a gain of probably 3 on that. 2, I guess. So Coons getting that carry again.
Good vision there
2.
from, oh, go ahead, Tim.
No, I was just saying gain of 2. Just writing it down.
And Coons has seen good vision. The hole collapsed on him, so he bounced outside and really liked that lateral movement from Coons. You don't see it too often. You actually do see it a lot from now Rigby's running back, Amani Morrell. He's so good at popping back and forth. When a hole collapses, he bounces outside. Coons doing a good job there. We'll see if they can punch one in for 6 as it's 2nd and goal.
Well, Coons, that's what he wants. He's a senior. He wants to get that taste of 6. Hess will keep it. He's going to take it down. Oh, he stopped at about the 2, but he was bent over backwards. I hope he's okay. He is okay. He pops up like the athlete he is. Wow, what a hit. Looks like that was Sawyer Davis with a hit. It was a hard hit, and Hess went over backwards. You worry about an injury there, but he's an athlete. He's not going to let that worry him. He's got a touchdown to get.
No doubt. And you know what? You're down 14-0 in the 2nd quarter, 5:40 to play or so. You got to score here, Tim.
Absolutely. You do not miss this opportunity because you've got a whole state championship in line. Coons with a carry around the left side into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
That was Sam Martin on the carry, a little wishbone action in the shotgun. So a little bit of, maybe not eye candy, but misdirection for Twin Falls. They do hand it off to Martin, and Martin gets in. He's almost shoestring tackled, but they're not able to complete the tackle.
It was Sam Martin, it wasn't Coons?
That was Martin, exactly.
Oh,
yep.
Okay. My apologies. Sam Martin, way to go. Glad we have Joel here to make sure you get credit for that touchdown. Kick is up. It is good. Wow. I wasn't sure for a moment. That was end over end, and it just went inside the left side of the field goal unit, or the field goal itself. And so with 5 minutes and 38 seconds left to play in the first half of action, the Bruins just scored, and that'll bring the score to the Skyline Grizzlies 14, the Twin Falls Bruins 7.
Levitt Select is locally operated with locations in Rexburg, Rigby, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, and Boise. Levitt's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each consumer's needs. The community they work and live in is their #1 priority. As such, they offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of their community's assets. Levitt Select in Idaho Falls wants to be your insurance professionals. Please call them today at 208-522-2582. Levitt Select Insurance, here for all your insurance needs. And Grand Peaks Community Health Center in Idaho Falls and Ammon is proud to support our local athletes and keep them healthy on their road to the state titles. Grand Peaks has been serving the Upper Valley and St. Anthony and Rexburg for many years and is excited to now serve Idaho Falls. They provide affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services. That's Grand Peaks Community Health Center, new to Idaho Falls.
Well, the Bruins getting their game plan back in action have got on the scoreboard now, and just down 1 touchdown. So it is anybody's game with 5 minutes and 38 seconds left before halftime. The Bruins just scored, so they've got to hold these Grizzlies to not score before they go into halftime. Little squig kick will go out of bounds at the 38-yard line. When it goes out at the 38 and they throw the flag, where do they mark it, Joel?
Well, it's
usually it comes out to the 35. But
right.
They're going to re-kick it? I doubt it. The officials discussing it. They don't know either. Of course they know. They're the officials, but the hard part is trying to second-guess them. I don't do that very well. Don't do that very well with my wife either.
Smart man.
Yeah, well.
So I've been married for 1,000 years. How long have you been married, Tim?
39.
Oh, 39.
2 weeks.
39.
Anniversary.
Close to 1,000.
Yeah. Joe, I know where you live. Be careful. Joe married to the sweetest woman alive, his sweet wife, Mackenzie. Couldn't say enough good about her. She puts up with you and your boys.
She does put up with us.
All All right, Skyline will take possession of the ball at the 42-yard line, so they didn't really do anything. They just marked it where it went out. Garcia will roll to the right side of the field. He's looking deep. He throws deep. Has he got a receiver there? He does. Kirkham had it, but he's out of bounds. It's not Kirkham. Guess that's Zion Crockett. That's unfortunate because if he could have caught that in bounds, that was huge.
And those home run plays, those big chunk plays that Skyline is so good at and known for, they'll gash you with, their short screen plays, that kind of West Coast offense, and then they'll send it long as they kind of lulled you into security.
I like that low. That's pretty accurate. You just don't know what to expect. So I doubt they'll take a shot this time. They're just going to pick up some yardage and get a little closer on a 2nd and 10. And they do. They throw it out to the side. I think that is Kirkham. Nope, that's Taylor DeMott. Haven't heard him tonight, and usually we do. DeMott will take it down for a gain of 5.
And DeMott's a big fella. He's 6'1", 200. They like putting him, when they're not using Crockett on one of those on the screen plays. They're using Taylor DeMott. He's also good in the screen, the slant game, screen game and slant game, kind of those 5 and ins, 5 and outs, because he's such a big target.
Well, and he knows how to do it. I mean, we usually call multiple times in a game as well. It's the great thing about the Skyline program is they really do have a lot of athletes. Going to hand it off on the man in motion coming over the middle. Zion Crockett will get it, but it's going to be a loss on the play as Skyline, or Twin Falls, reads that well. Spencer Swenson leading the tacklers for the Bruins, having a great time there as it's a loss of 1 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 6 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, great 3rd down stop by the Grizzlies defense, not allowing Zion Crockett to get past them. They collapsed that screen, if you will, pocket. Not the pocket where the quarterback is, but there was a pocket for the screen, and they collapsed it quickly so Zion Crockett couldn't push through. And they're going to go for it, though, 4th and 5 on the 47-yard line.
Gutsy play, but, 4 minutes to go till half. They figure they've got the time in their favor to be able to do that. Garcia's looking for a pass, spins around going the opposite direction. He's not going to get what he needs as he's pushed out of bounds by the Bruins, and the fans screaming for a late hit as he goes out of bounds. I don't think it was a late hit. I think they were just the motion of them going out of bounds. I don't think any ill intent there, but that'll be well short of the needed 1st down, so they'll mark the ball at the 49-yard line. It's a Bruins ball moving forward.
Huge stop by the Bruins. Great coverage by the Bruins secondary. We talked about can Skyline gash the secondary, and they couldn't on that drive. Nothing going. They were definitely looking for the pass there. Carmine Garcia had no one open, had to take it himself.
Take one for the team, literally, because he got hit hard.
He did. But they
Bruins did what we said they had to do, though. They stopped them. They have the ball at midfield. They've got 3 minutes and 49 seconds. They've got time to score. As Amos Coons takes it up the middle, he's going to take it down to the 35-yard line, actually the 33-yard line. And then Coons he's their offense this afternoon. Where are we at?
Yeah, this afternoon. No, and Coons, that was their first really big play up the middle through that A-B gap, Tim. And very, very interesting to see if they can continue that, keep that going.
All right, Hess is going to look to throw. He's got a man down there. He overthrows him by about 5 yards, unfortunately. Jason Evans, we've seen them look at him a couple times tonight. He catches the ball when he's able. I just think some of the enthusiasm got into Hess's hands, and he launched one with these bionics, and it went a little bit over. So to bring up a 2nd down, ball at the 33-yard line for the Bruins. 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go, a 7-point lead for the Grizzlies, and the Bruins in a position where they can attack and get in the end zone, tie this game up. Would that be an interesting game to go into halftime tied up?
No doubt. And what's worrisome for Grizzlies secondary is Jace Evans was open on that play, Tim.
Yep.
He got the space he needed.
You're not wrong. Hess is going to hand it off to Coons up the middle. Skyline's going to read that play, as that's what's kind of been the bread and butter. And Coons will pick up a carry of 2 on the play. McPherson on the stop. See, I'm looking at the stats here for Coons. 1, 2, 3 rushes where he's only got 2 yards. Everything else has been more. So he's having a great game, but every time Skyline keys on him, as key of where the ball's going to go, they shut him down pretty good. It's when they get lackadaisical. Hess almost munched as he gets it up, gets the pass off, and boy, that should have been caught. It was right to the receiver for the Bruins, Sam Martin.
And Ty Hess, he took a
took
a lick there for sure, Tim. He came up a little bit slow, and now you see at the top of your screen is on his hands and knee, or he's on hands on knees, leaning over after that play, and that he sacrificed his body for that throw. It was a good throw, cross-hash throw to the far side, but just missed his man.
Interesting. Dalton Carter out there talking to the team like he's going to call the plays the quarterback as Hess is staying over on the sideline, and now Hess rushes in. I thought maybe they're going to do a little misdirection on a wildcat. But it's 4th down, and this is big. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left in this first half. Bruins have to have this or they'll lose possession and their shot at a touchdown. And now they want to talk about it as they'll call a timeout. We'll drop away for some of our commercial sponsors and be back in just a moment.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance.
Dear unbreakable spirit, you roam on paths called impossible. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to the ICCU Dome here in high school playoff action. The Skyline Grizzlies leading the Twin Falls Bruins 14-7. The Bruins with the ball, driving, kind of stalled out here at the 33-yard line. A 4th and 9, very, very important for the Bruins to pick this up, maintain possession. So Hess in the backfield, man in motion across the line. Hess back to throw. Oh, the Grizz get into him. He's running away. He gets to throw off. He's got a man wide open, and it goes through his hands. No catch. It'll be a turnover on downs. Wow, what a great athleticism by Ty Hess.
Yeah, he was almost brought down, and Tim, you called it. He was about to come down. He wriggles his way out of that tackle, rolls to our near side, and tries to hit. It was a pass intended for Hoyt Murray, the junior tight end, and he's a big dude, but that ball just sails over his head. Tried to bring it down.
Yeah, it was high,
but it was
catchable, but yeah.
Too high.
I think he was so excited because he was literally wide open. He felt the Skyline defender coming in on him, but boy, that would have been a big catch. And as it is, it turns it over to the Grizzlies with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. And we don't want to give Grizzlies time to do anything. Handoff is to Crockett. Crockett's going to come around the left side of the field. He'll bring the ball down to the 37-yard line. So Crockett picks up a gain of 5 on the carry.
And Crockett had a really good stiff arm on Easton Irwin. Easton Irwin was coming in hot, and Crockett completely pushed him to the ground. Just a big play there from Zion Crockett.
You couldn't do that when I played high school ball. It's kind of fun to watch now. Garcia out of the shotgun again, rolling to the left side of the field. He's looking for a receiver. He throws as he gets punched out. He's got a receiver. Oh! Off the helmet of Trey Kirkham. You do not see Trey Kirkham make that mistake very often. I don't know if got lost in the lights up here, the dome. I don't know. That is unusual for Trey to not bring that in. It hits his face mask.
Well, and the pass was not intended, I don't believe, for Trey Kirkham. The pass was going towards that's Victor Rivera, number 4, the junior wide receiver. But Kirkham comes over as the ball, because the ball hung for a long time. Kirkham comes over. I don't know if he didn't see Rivera, but he was there for the catch. It was going to be overthrown for Rivera, and just goes off the helmet. No doubt lost it in the
his
lights.
Athleticism getting over there under that ball then. Garcia is going to throw the ball. It's going to be caught at the 46-yard line. Yep, they're going to call that a first down for the Grizzlies. catch made by, guess who? Victor Rivera.
And Victor Rivera said, hey, this is my ball. Get out of here. it's my turn.
Back off, Johnson.
That's right. And, Tim, maybe at halftime we'll talk about what ifs. But I'm curious, Twin Falls is only down by a touchdown. Why not try to do like a pooch punt and trust your defense, who made a stop on the last drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And trust your defense again, which they did last time, to get a stop. But, they turned it over and gave
Twin Falls bringing the house. They nail Garcia, but he gets the ball off. And again, the receiver just underthrown a little bit as they try to get Kirkham over there. Kirkham's got such wheels, but Garcia got crunched, and I think that was part of why that didn't get where it needed to be. That's 2 straight times Garcia's been hit, and he's kind of coming over gingerly to talk to the coach. You don't want to expose him to that many hits.
No, you don't. And what a really good throw, throwing a crosshash to the far sideline, down the line to Kirkham. The athleticism in this game, Tim, from both sides is outstanding.
Just incredible. All right, so a second down for the Grizzlies. Garcia's back. He's setting up the screenplay. He overthrows the screenplay. Man, when was the last time you saw that happen? He's trying to get Liam Lynch, had the blockers, but just over his head.
And Liam Lynch was there, but he was going to get hit.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, it just goes over his head. I thought maybe the ball was going to be intercepted, but I don't think the tackler knew that the ball was in the area. He was going for the tackle.
Yeah,
but
it's his job.
That's right. But it may have been an interception.
I think that these last two Garcia's feeling the pain and the heat from that killer defense of the Bruins as they're getting into that backfield and messing with his game plan, and they're going to call that play dead. We obviously have a motion penalty against the. It's going to be offsides against the Bruins. Don't they usually let that play develop if it's an offsides?
So maybe offsides on the offense on the Grizzlies.
Oh, yep. It is an offsides by the Grizzlies.
So
okay.
They were.
That's why. You don't
they
see an offside
lined up
call.
Right over the ball. Someone was
wide out.
Was a little bit too wide, or a little bit too far off the ball.
Well, that's going to set up a 3rd and 15 for the Grizzlies, and not where they want to be with 1:38 left in this first half. Garcia bringing the play in. Yeah, I'm just watching the whiteout receiver for the Grizzlies down here at the short screen, bottom of your screen, and he was checking with the official to make sure he was lined up right. He didn't want to make that mistake. All right, snap back to Garcia. He rolls to the right. He's looking for receivers as again he gets punched, but gets the ball off, and the reception made. Oh, that is number 11, Taylor DeMott. We called his name, said he hasn't had many looks, and guess what? All of a sudden, he is.
And as we have a timeout for Skyline, let's recognize the sponsor. Tim, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning is your authorized Lennox Premier dealer in Idaho Falls. Conan Heating and Air Conditioning has been providing superior HVAC service in the Idaho Falls area for over 64 years with highly qualified and experienced technicians. No job is too big or too small. For all your furnace repair needs in Idaho Falls, trust the job to Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit them online for more information at www.conanheating.com. And Flying S Title and Escrow, looking to buy or sell a home in Idaho Falls or purchase or sell a commercial property? Make your closing stress-free with the team at Flying S Title and Escrow. With years of experience, the team at Flying S Title and Escrow provides fast, reliable, and professional service every step of the way. Get the smooth, secure closing you deserve. Call us today or call them today at 208-522-9195. Flying S Title and Escrow, where we make things easy for you.
I like easy.
Easy is good.
Nothing has been easy for either side in this game as the score, the Grizzlies 14, the Bruins 7, but the Bruins making their impact felt specifically for Carmen Garcia.
And early on in the game, Skyline looked like, okay, maybe they're going to run away with this one. They're up 14-0, but Bruins pinned their ears back. They got some stops on defense, but before that, they're able to score on offense, get that touchdown, and we got a one-score game, Tim.
You're right, and that's the mark of a championship team, and that's what we want to see at this level, right?
Yep.
Garcia takes the ball. He gets it off the quick pass out to Crockett. Crockett's going to take it down to the 35, 30, 25. He'll be pushed out at about the 23-yard line, 24-yard line. But that's a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. And they stop the clock. And now the Grizzlies in serious threatening territory. The Bruins not wanting to see that, but the Grizzlies taking a deep breath after a couple of rough series shots there for both their receivers and their quarterback.
And you love to see those types of positive plays out of timeouts. That's twice now that Skyline has called a timeout. And both teams, Bruins and Grizzlies, came out of timeouts with really positive plays.
It's the beauty of having a coach. Garcia on the play-action pass, or play-action handoff, is going to be well read. It's going to be a loss on the play. 26 is Aaron Ojeda. You talked about Ojeda having a number of touches. That was not the kind of touch he lost. Is they're going to lose 3-4 yards on that play?
Yeah, unfortunately, this afternoon for Ojeda hasn't had the blocking, hasn't been able to make the moves necessary to get upfield, and his plays have resulted in negative yards.
Well, his first carry, he got 2 yards on it. But that's this 4 yards here, so he's net 2 yards for the night.
Right.
Another timeout on the play and on the field with 1:15 left here in this first half. We can recognize the one lone power booster we have, MVP Rentals, helping us bring this broadcast. We appreciate them. And these two communities, great communities, both very supportive of their teams, and I spend time in both communities, Idaho Falls and Twin Falls. Have friends in both places. It's fun to go into both those towns. I like to go to Twin Falls in January because you can play golf. All right.
And both schools have good colors, right?
The blue. It's a blue day.
It's blue day. It was a week of red for our nation in terms of the election.
Yeah.
But we got rid of that red today for all blue, and hopefully it's all blue as the day and the night goes on.
Yeah, for you and I, that's a big deal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I do. I won't lie. All right, Garcia with a quick pass out to Kirkham. Kirkham's got the pass connect as the reception. I was trying to get so excited there. That was a rough hit, but enough for a first down as he takes it down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, now they're inside the red zone, but yeah, Kirkham trying to spin out of 2 tackles and gets drilled by 4 more guys, or by guys 3 and 4. For a total of 4 guys on the tackle on Trey Kirkham.
These hits are so tough, and I watch guys like Kirkham who take hits for a living pop right back up. I'm just like, you're tough. You're a tough kid. Garcia getting the pass off before he's crunched. He's got a man in the end zone. It's Zion Crockett. We're looking. He makes the reception. Touchdown, Skyline.
Zion Crockett just to fade down the near hash, and then as he hits the end zone, he fades even more. Wide open on that play. Touchdown, Zion Crockett and this Grizzlies offense. They marched really nicely on that drive.
They did. You know what? 41 seconds left in the quarter. It's 20-7, soon to be 21 if Carmen Garcia still has something left in that leg because it hasn't been munched too bad. He's a tough guy to take the hits he's been taking. Every throw he's had, he gets a hard hit. But he has enough left in it to get that same powerful kick up and through. And it is a 21-7 game. The Grizzlies with a 2-touchdown lead. Now 41 seconds left before going into halftime.
And talk about a 2-minute drill, Tim. They had, like you said, about 2:30 left in the game, or in this half. And they marched from about, the 30, 35-yard line, 25, all the way to the touchdown. So good drive there, good 2-minute offense from Skyline. They took that timeout, and it was all positive from there.
Well, I can tell you what, the hits Carmen Garcia took in that drive, huge, absolutely huge, and yet he did it, and he did it. He's looking forward to halftime. Ice a couple of ribs, I think, because he took at least 3 hits right to the ribs.
Right.
As I saw him go down, and that's tough when you're extended as a quarterback. You got your left arm out, kind of balancing it, and your right arm throwing, and that gives him just a nice little spot to aim for, and it's called the rib cage. It hurts.
It would hurt more if you didn't have that rib cage and went after your lungs, right? Punctured lungs. So
nope, it would only hurt for a second.
That's right. So appreciate those rib cages, but man, do they hurt when you get hit right in the center like that.
You can understand why all college quarterbacks wear that rib protector gear. I certainly do. And watching Garcia tonight, Hess has taken a number of hard hits too. I mean, both these quarterbacks just showing some athleticism. Kickoff is gone. It's going to be picked up by Amos Coons. Coons is bringing that right up the middle. His helmet's going to come off as he gets it to the 31-yard line. Did they still do that in high school? Helmet comes off, you got to come out?
I don't know, but it looks like he is coming off. So I think they do. I think in all levels.
All levels they have to do that. Okay.
They still have that rule.
All right,
sure
they mark it
and safe and strapped on.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd rather that happen. They'll mark the ball at the 31-yard line. The Bruins, with 34 seconds left to half, going to need a couple of long balls. About all they can do at this point.
I think you take at least 2 shots, and if not, and then you run the ball out and go into halftime down 2 scores.
I like it, Coach Joel. Hess with the shot or the ball. He goes for a shot down the sidelines. He's got a receiver, but he throws it out of bounds as Jason Evans over here. You know, Evans has been running this bottom of the screen for everyone here this last 2 series, and I don't know what happened there, but he's been open both those times they've thrown at him. They need to figure out a way to connect that ball to him because it's some magic that if they can do that.
And that time he was covered better, but he still had some space, just the overthrown ball to the outside.
Yeah, I think if they would have led that or dropped that right over his shoulder while he's running, he wouldn't have been covered. I mean, the receiver was there, but with that one step over the shoulder, you could do it. All right, Hess is going to throw it out to the other side. Pass is completed. The player gets out of bounds. What a great move by Sam Martin as he will pick up just 1 yard, 2 yards short. 3 yards? That is not the mark I thought. But he did stop the clock at 22 seconds. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 for Martin.
Yeah, smart play call and smart play by Martin. Just a quick 5 and out, but he's able to get upfield and get a couple more yards and get out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a heads-up move by an established receiver. Hess now back trying to figure out how to get those 3 yards, and he needs them desperately. He's going to keep it himself, try to get out of bounds, and he does with enough for a first down. They're going to say he's out at the 44. He needed to get to the 41. So he stops the clock with 14 seconds left, puts the first down there at the 44-yard line. Still, 14 seconds. Can you get it? Can you get 2 shots, or you can just 1 shot out of that?
I think
you go deep.
You get 2 shots, but it's got to be a quick, maybe a double move, but a single move, maybe a double move, and then you could do 1 more with those 14 seconds.
Think we'll see a hook and ladder?
That would be amazing, but probably not.
Yeah. Hess will take the snap in the backfield looking for a deep pass. He throws over the middle. He connects to his receiver. That's Jason Evans, who is hit hard. I wish we had replay because that almost looked like a helmet-to-helmet collision, and he gets up. His bell was rung with that hit. He's the official caring for him. He's going to come off now. He's able to do so under his own 2 feet. But he is going to be over there being taken care of by the training staff because he's a little wobbly. Obviously done for the half with 8 seconds left. They called the official time because he was injured, but he's off the field, so they'll just give them a player's timeout, if you will.
Yeah, and J7, he's a big target, but that's the danger of those middle passes when you kind of go down the hash and then you cut in a quick 5 and in or maybe 7 or 8 and in. But that's when you're exposed, Tim, and you don't know who's coming from the other side for the tackle. And obviously you don't want to have an exposed receiver, or a receiver who is I can't think of the phrase right now, but a receiver who can't take care of themselves right after the pass. And but on that one, Jace Evans wasn't. he was unprotected, if you will, and after that catch, he was hit hard, not knowing who was next to him, coming from the opposite side on the tackle.
Kay Evans over on the trainer's table. I'm watching the trainers with him. One of the coaches walked over to see if he could go back in. The trainer just about bit his head off, as she should. She's doing a concussion evaluation right now. So remains to be seen if we'll see Jason back in the game. We certainly hope so. He's been a good receiver. So first down at the 41 and one play left. Hess gets drilled as he launches one. It's caught and out of bounds. 2 seconds left. A flag comes in that can be nothing other than pass interference.
And Taylor can't believe it. The 5'7" DB called for, well, maybe not. No, Taylor is protesting the call, but it was actually against number 21, Will Jensen.
Yeah, it was Jensen that was called. Dalton Carter makes the catch. An amazing catch. No other way to call it. But it is a pass interference call, and that's going to put the ball at the 11-yard line. That's the Grizzlies' 11-yard line. 2 seconds left, one play. And, you know, the Bruins really need to do that, to go in one touchdown down at halftime. They don't want to go in 2 touchdowns deficit in halftime. They've been a tale of 2 different quarters, as the first quarter was all Grizz. Second quarter has been a dogfight with both teams. All right, we got a first and now we got timeout. Grizzlies. Grizzlies trying to freeze them, Joel. We'll fade away for some commercial sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
All right, we're back here for the last play of this first half, as the Grizzlies took a timeout right as they were getting ready to snap the ball, trying to ice the Bruins, which could work against them as well. Get the Bruins to map out a play that will get them into the end zone, because that's the only shot they have from the 11. They need a touchdown. Hess in the backfield. Skyline bringing the house. Hess has got to roll to the right side. He's got a receiver in the end zone. He's going to throw. A catch is made. Is it a touchdown? It is a touchdown, Bruins. What a throw and a catch. That is Sam Martin making that catch. Wow. Hess got drilled on that.
What a great pass from Hess. As he's being hit, he hit Sam Martin and the far
edge.
pylon, very edge of the end zone. Really, no one else could have caught that but Martin. And Martin's in for 6. Great catch, or great pass, but a better catch, Tim.
Oh, yeah, that was a fabulous catch. Another Martin with the PAT duties, Jackson Martin. He's up. It's going to be blocked by the Grizzlies. Wow, what a great block. Taylor, that is 22, Gage Cyril. But there is a flag. Do we get an offsides?
Well, the Skyline players were calling for something on the line.
Officials telling the coaching staff of the Grizzlies to back up. They're clear out of them. They're almost to the huddle. Waiting for the official to make the call. Personal foul against the Grizzlies. Oh, dear. What happened there? So are they going to put time back on the clock, or they just can't end it on a penalty, so they'll run a play?
Because, the clock ran 0 on the touchdown, so no time on the clock, but they're going to let them re-kick or do a 2-point conversion because they're that much closer.
I would have thought they'd gone the 2-point conversion. Martin with a kick up. This one's going to be good And that gets it a 21-14 game here as we get ready to go into we are at halftime. So we'll fade away for some commercial sponsors, and then we'll be back after those for our halftime show. See you in just a few minutes.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to the ICCU Dome here in Pocatello, Idaho, as we are at halftime between the Skyline Grizzlies and the Twin Falls Bruins in what, Joel, you aptly stated, the first quarter it looked like it was going to be a Grizzly blowout because Twin Falls 3 and out each of their possessions. Skyline took both of their 2 possessions, marched it down the field and scored. And then all of a sudden, the second quarter, the Bruins decided, hey, wait a minute. We got to be in this game, and have decided to get back in.
And Skyline, they scored in that first quarter on their opening drive. Bruins did not convert at all on any of their drives, and then at the end of the first, beginning of the second, Skyline scores again. So it felt like, they just dominated that first quarter, which they did, but then they did score early in the second. But, like we said, Twin pinned their ears back, got a stop, and then was able to convert on that stop and convert to points. And then Skyline scores once again, making it 21-7, but Bruins don't go away. And we thought, okay, Skyline scored with 2 minutes or so to go. The Bruins probably take it into halftime, but Bruins took some shots downfield, got it, and then they had that huge pass interference call.
Big.
That
went big when you make the reception and get the yardage. That helps.
That's right. That went to their favor. So Bruins got all the way down thanks to that, taking that shot down the field and the penalty all the way down into the red zone. And Bruins finished the drive with points, making it 21-14 and keeping it a game. So Bruins still in this despite Grizzlies' tenacious attack over and over again.
Yeah, Sam Martin with an 11-yard reception that last touchdown in the corner and made a tremendous catch. Falling out of bounds, he made the catch over the back of the defender and was able to drag the heels of his feet, both of them, as he was going out of bounds. I mean, that's a college receiver kind of move.
It really is, and they were in the middle of the field, so not really a cross field or cross hash throw, but still an impressive throw. He was under duress, Hess was, but he made that throw to the far pylon. Again, no one else is catching that but his receiver. Put it right where he needed to. Just an impressive throw from a high school quarterback. Super good.
You said he was under pressure. He got drilled.
Yeah.
He was taken to the ground. So even more so that throw, knowing he was laid out. Both of these quarterbacks taking some large hits.
They've taken hits. Good job for both lines to get to the backfield consistently and forcing the quarterbacks to make quick decisions. And for the most part, the quarterbacks have made those quick decisions.
And they've been good decisions, which isn't always the case. You regularly see a high school quarterback under pressure trying to force something. And that's where the interceptions come. That's where the fumbles come.
Right.
They're trying to throw it to get it. They're outside the box. They're trying to throw it so they don't get a loss on the play. They want to get an incomplete pass. I see that and I think, why would you do that? Don't do that in this situation. You're going to throw an interception, fumble, whatever. And we have seen none of that. They've taken the hit.
Yeah, we haven't. And no. And I was going to say, no turnovers so far for either team. We've had turnovers on downs, but no fumbles, interceptions. Last game, again, Carmine Garcia threw 3 interceptions, uncharacteristic of that senior quarterback, but has been more careful with the football. One of the keys to the game for Skyline was, of course, that winning the turnover margin and having that ball control. And they've done that so far this afternoon.
Absolutely. Both teams executing well. Really, were it not for the first couple of series for the Bruins, this is a back-and-forth game.
Yep.
And
it's a tie game, right?
Really, yeah, really. Even more so. I mean, the Bruins have 2 touchdowns. But they've – my dad used to say, once you taste blood, you don't stop. And the Bruins kind of have done that. They've got on the board. They've seen what they got to do. They got to sacrifice their bodies. They've got to go all out. And they've got those 2 touchdowns, and now just a 1 touchdown difference in this game, as you said, Joel. And, they're going to come out having scored going into halftime, jazzed up. Coach is making some corrections. You're going to see more pressure on Garcia. You know it because they've been in his face all night, and if they make a couple of changes they can get in there before he gets the pass off, that will happen.
And continue on offense. I like those adjustments. Continue to get in Carmine Garcia's face, and then on defense or on offense, continue to take shots downfield. Test this Skyline secondary. These guys have been playing for a while. Both starters, both DBs, corners on the edges. Our starters have had a lot of in-game experience, but still, Tim, test them. Your receivers have been open. Jace Evans, hopefully he's back and feeling okay. Hopefully they've worked their Mr. Miyagi magic, clap those hands together. Shout out to Karate Kid, and Jace Evans will be able to play in the second half. But Martin, still a great sure-handed receiver.
Yeah.
Keep testing the Skyline secondary. Your receivers have been open. You've had success in the air. Keep that going if you're Twin Falls offense.
What I'm seeing here is Twin Falls has Evans, who's now questionable for the second half. They've got Sam Martin. Dalton Carter's the return man, but he hasn't had any.
Yeah, we haven't heard much his name.
No, we haven't.
And obviously Amos Coons has had a great game tonight. I don't think he has a touchdown, but he's broke away for some big runs, and he made that first touchdown drive. He made that happen with that big 20-25 yard gain on the ground. So Coons, no touchdowns to this afternoon so far, but solid running. Keep him fresh and keep him upright.
Well, it's interesting. Usually we see Zion Crockett being that relief valve, taking enough yardage
For
up
Skyline.
the middle and off the sides to open up the passing game. Haven't seen much of that tonight. I mean, he's still taking some carries. He's got well below his normal average here, about 35 yards. So I expect to see both Coons for the Bruins and Crockett for the Grizzlies more inside plays to try and open up that game, because they have been testing those corners. Absolutely. If Evans is out for the Bruins, that leaves Sam Martin as their only other consistent receiver they've had. However, for the Grizzlies, the plus side is they've got Kirkham, they've got Crockett's actually got some receptions, Taylor DeMott receptions. I mean, you've got a multitude of receivers that you can still throw to. That could end up being the balance of the game. There's who your offensive workhorses still are in the game.
Yeah, and I think if you're Skyline, you move away from William Lynch, Aaron Ojeda through the middle. You haven't had a lot of success in your traditional ground and pound game, and you continue to use your flats, paint the edges, those quick like 5 and outs, 5 and ins, but less 5 and ins and more 5 and outs, and then your obviously your screen game. You stick with the offense that's made you successful throughout the season and throughout the game.
Yeah. Well, both of these teams, I think they're coming in. We're getting a little under 3 minutes before the kickoff of the second half in what I anticipate to be just a back-and-forth bloodbath. I don't know how else to say it. It's the playoffs. Both teams know that if you lose tonight, seniors go home for the last time. No more football, and nobody wants to do that ever. Nobody wants to end their high school playing career, because from then on, it's just you're a legend in your own mind. Yeah, that's it. And
you become an Uncle Rico.
Great reference, Joe. Joe's been around me a lot through the years, and he's had to listen to my legendary exploits, and he doesn't believe in one of them.
Well, I could have said you become a Tim Belknap. I didn't want to, I didn't want to Uncle Tim you. I didn't want to Uncle Rico you, Tim. Way back in the '82, Tim Belknap was a. What position did you play, Tim? Linebacker?
On defense, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those small schools where you had to play both ways.
Snake River, right?
Yep, that was. Played offensive tackle on the offensive side, and linebacker on the outside.
So you at least have experience. All I have is playing backyard football with my buddies and swimming and running.
Swimming and running. See, that's why you're still healthy and I'm still a washed-up old guy.
That's right.
Every swimmer I know has done that.
Well, and Skyline Swim, apparently they did really well today at state. Out there in West Ada, YMCA had a great afternoon or a great weekend at the pool. So
I haven't seen the results. You have, huh?
I have. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I saw that. Here it is. Oh, I had it. Here it is. They were the 2024 5A academic state champions.
Academic, that is cool.
So good job on the swim team for keeping their grades up and swimming really hard in the meantime.
Other action here on Idaho Sports earlier today, the ever personable Paul Kingsbury was on the mic for the Weiser game as Weiser had a 47-0 blank. I can't even remember who they were playing. Do you remember, Joel?
Yeah, I'll find that. They were playing. Oh no! You know what? I'll have to.
Yeah, I
let me look that up.
I'd have to look at the brackets. Yeah. The only other game that's been on the air so far today, besides ours, Is there another game after us, Joel?
No, there was just the Weezer game and our game.
Oh, that's right. There was only 2 on the game stream. You're right. We are the game of the week this week.
2 guys in the game of the week.
Well, how else do you spend a beautiful Saturday afternoon in East Idaho? The sun is shining.
It is warm today, man.
Yeah.
It feels so good after a week of cold and
30,
overcast. The last 2 days have been really nice.
Yeah, it's all the way up to 54 degrees out there, Joel. We're talking swimsuit weather.
Why am I in here? Where's the ocean?
Yeah.
Where are the palm trees?
You know, my oldest son lived in Vegas for a number of years, and they'd come home in June, when it's 65 degrees in Idaho, and they're always
Snow
putting on
jackets,
coats and
beanies.
sweatshirts. And
Absolutely.
I'm like, son, what happened? He goes, yeah, Dad, I acclimated.
Yeah. So I feel bad. Every Wednesday night, 8:30, Sean Kane and I do the East Idaho Prepcast on IdahoSports.com.
It's a great prepcast.
Thank you, Tim. But yeah, we really enjoy shouting out all these players, teams, coaches, families that are part of East Idaho sports. So I'm embarrassed that I didn't know this, but it was actually American Falls playing against Weezer in the 4A.
I should have caught that.
So that was the 4A matchup this afternoon. American Falls had a really good season, Tim. Unfortunately, it came up against a very strong Weezer team and ended up getting blanked 48-0. But congrats to American Falls. Solid season by their team. And
it's tough to go out on a blank.
It is. But making the
Shutout.
playoffs, getting to that second round is no small feat. And there were a lot of teams who didn't make it there, right, Tim?
That's
So
a hard thing to
congrats to American
remember when
Falls.
you get to this point. Somebody's going home as a loser tonight. We know that, and no team wants it to be their team, but somebody has to, and that's the nature of the game. You got to remember that you gave it your all.
Right.
When you walk away from a win or a loss, you want to think there was nothing else I could have done. I gave it everything I had. And I remember a couple of those games as a player. It hurt because you lost, and it hurt because you got hit a lot. Or did the hitting, I don't know which.
Right.
But, you don't feel bad about it. And I think that both teams thus far have shown us that they have absolutely want this game. And really it's anybody's game at this point in time because both teams really want to come in and do it. So it's going to be dependent upon those adjustments the coaching staffs make at halftime, which, I've seen games that are, a shutout turn around and become, just like we saw last night on IdahoSports.com, the Minico Bishop Kelly game.
Right.
Was all Bishop Kelly, wasn't it? It wasn't all Minico. Bishop Kelly came back and tied it up, went into overtime. 21-0 when I checked the score at halftime of the game I was on. And then they went into overtime. So, it's the adjustments that you make at halftime that really become the mark of a championship team. To continue to do what you've been doing that's worked in the first quarter, make the adjustments on some of the things that haven't worked, and play that second half.
And before the second half starts, let's recognize the Idaho Bowl, Tim. Attention all Idaho football stars. The Idaho Bowl is now accepting nominations for 6th to 8th grade athletes. If you've got a future all-star in the making, visit IdahoBowl.com to nominate them today. In partnership with IdahoSports.com, the Idaho Bowl selects the best players across the state to compete in the premier youth all-star game. Plus, they're raising funds for the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Idaho. Awesome. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something special. Nominate now at IdahoBowl.com.
What a worthy charity to be associated with, too.
Right.
I've seen that bless many, many, many lives. So support the Idaho Bowl. Not only is it a great fun and a great experience to play against a multitude of good athletes from around the state, come join in. Be a part of it. All right, kickoff by the Bruins. They kick away from Kirkham. It's going to go out of bounds, and that'll bring it out to the 35-yard line. Not the result they wanted. I think they were trying to go for that old coffin corner punt, let it spin down at the 1.
Right, and it was a squib kick, so maybe hoping that one, a Skyline player would try to pick it up as that ball is bouncing and turning all kinds of ways. But Skyline was smart, let it go out of bounds. So penalty against Twin Falls, and Skyline will start all the way
up to 35.
Oh,
what's going on? Different penalty?
I think they're gonna re-kick.
They are. Well, they have that option to re-kick or
Right.
to bring it up to 35. I just
Right,
don't ever see anybody having them re-kick. So, interesting.
Well, in Skyline, obviously they see something, Tim, and they want a re-kick to see if they can get a better field position than what they would have had with the penalty.
Like it's dangerous. You've got Zion Crockett on one side in the return,
Right.
Trey Kirkham on the other
Trey,
side.
right.
Who are you going to kick to? Either
That's
one's a danger.
That's why they bounced out of bounds.
Valid. So the Twin Falls coaching staff saw something too.
Right.
2 receivers they didn't want to kick to. All right, so they'll move it back to the 35-yard line. The Bruins will re-kick, and we'll see what they try to do with this one. Looks like he's going to boot it. Nope, same kick. It's going to be picked up. Oh, goes to the legs of Zion Crockett. Crockett gets back, picks it up, tries to bring it upfield. He's going to go down at the 10, 15-yard line. A lot of fans screaming. They thought there was a late hit.
That was a big hit from Dax Payne, the sophomore DB. Came in really hot.
Yeah, he did.
Made a big hit.
Almost. It looked like Zion was shuffling that ball like he was maybe changing arms, and that's
Right.
dangerous when you're going down.
But that's what the squib kick does, right, Tim?
Yep,
It bounced through Zion's arms, trying to click as it's bouncing and hobbling, bouncing, turning, and Crockett fumbles it, and they're inside their own 20.
This is unusual. I think this is the worst field position the Grizz have started in this game, but still chance to use their offense as it should be. Crockett in motion, takes the ball. He's going around the left side of the field. He'll have a pickup of 9 on the play. In fact, is it going to be 10? They're going to give him a first down? Nope, 9 yards is what they give him.
The official was walking out, Tim,
Yeah, he
just
was.
beyond that first down marker, but I think the official
The
on
line judge down here at the bottom of the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, no, we're just shy of that first down.
We're not giving you the easy stuff. So, but a nice first out for Zion. He picks up 9 yards. And very little. It's not even a yard. It's like inches for the first down. This is when I like to see the quarterback come under center. They're getting handed off, go around the edge. They'll get the first down. Liam Lynch with the carry. 35 on the tackle. That is Jordan Bingham for the Bruins, but that'll give a first down for the Grizzlies, and that feels good for them. Not being at the 15, now they're out to the 31. Much better field position.
And it also feels good because Liam Lynch was the ball carrier, Tim, like you said, but they didn't go through the middle like you and I both suggested. Avoid those middle. They haven't gotten much success on the ground, on kind of that ground and pound through the middle, but they took Liam Lynch to the outside, and it paid off for the first down.
Those corners have been the best spots all game, and now they're going to go up the middle, and it does not work. Met at the line of scrimmage. Joel, are you a prophet or what?
Just watch a little too much football, Tim.
Liam Lynch won on the play. Joe, they should really listen to you. Maybe they should have our broadcast on down there for the coaching staff to just glean your knowledge.
You know, a broken clock is right twice a day, right, Tim?
Is it? Because it's AM and PM. How do you know the difference?
That's true. Once a day, if you're lucky.
Yeah, that would be my motto. All right, we're going to go with the Grizz now on a 2nd and 11. Snap is off to Garcia. Garcia is blocked at the line. Actually, it looked like they had his arm in the throwing motion, so everybody's running at it after it, but the official in the backfield calls it dead. Said he was in the motion of throwing. So
Yeah, he was in the motion, and the ball was tipped at the line. Nice defense there from Twin Falls. Brings up 3rd and 11 for them, and oh boy, you get a stop here. You get the ball in good field position.
You get the momentum going. Skyline, or not Skyline, Twin Falls is way if you can stop Skyline here.
Definitely. Remember, Twin Falls coming in as the number 8 seed, Skyline number 1 seed. But talking to the coach of Twin Falls, Ben Coring in his 5th season, he was okay with the 8th seed, but he knows that his team was even better than that.
Absolutely. He was mad that they didn't get a chance to show it during the year. So.
Right.
All right, Crockett in motion. Garcia back to throw. He's going to be hit behind the line. He gets away from it. No, he doesn't. He's going to be brought down for a huge, huge sack. Number 22. That is Jackson Martin gets in there and just takes Garcia down. It's going to be a, 5, 10, 15-yard loss. 4th and 24 now. Twin Falls defense stepping it up on that one. Huge, huge play. They've got the Grizz now back punting from the 5. I didn't know Crockett was their kicker.
Yeah, Zion Crockett takes the punting duties, while Carmine takes the field goal and PAT responsibilities.
Versatile athletes, these young men. Dalton Clark going to be here. He calls for a fair catch at the 44-yard line.
Smart decision there from Carter.
Great
to call
kick
that,
by Crockett, though. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. But we got a shot at that Twin Falls defense. My goodness, Jackson Martin coming in from that right side on the line to sack the quarterback. He got to him first, though, and everyone else showed up. And Carmine Garcia, with his athleticism, almost got free, Tim. But Jackson stayed strong, and Jackson Martin brought him down with his other buddies for that huge sack. Major stop for the Twin Falls defense, and they take over.
All right, Hess is going to hand it off, going up the middle to Coons. Coons is going to pick up a gain of 2, as Skyline read that quite well. Looks like Kason Smith was on that, along with Dominique Lopez on that stop. 2 yards, I guess, is better than nothing, but not what they needed. But certainly still on the momentum for the Bruins as things are going their way, the start of this third quarter. Again, going to pitch it out on an option, cool kind of option. Is that Martin? Is it out there? Nope, that is not Martin. It is Sam Martin. I apologize.
Number 12. So, we have Jackson Martin and Sam Martin. Jackson Martin, of course, plays, running back and defensive line.
They didn't give him as many yards as I thought they were going to give him. I thought he was going to get the first down, but he comes up short as he picks up 6 yards on the carry.
And, both Jackson and Sam, seniors, and both play running back and defensive line.
Wonder if they're cousins. Brothers, maybe? Twins? I'm going to go with cousins. All right. Hess in the backfield. He's got the man in motion coming across. He's going to hand it off to Coons. Wow. Amos Coons right up the middle. He didn't even look like he was stopped.
Dude, and his feet were churning, Tim.
They
His feet were
were.
moving so fast. And again, Skyline brings the pressure. And as soon as Coons breaks through with the zone double team blocking, he's free. He gets second level, no problem, thanks to that great blocking on that first level.
My goodness, that is amazing what he did. He wasn't even stopped. I mean, he got 10 yards before somebody touched him. So fresh set of downs, first at the 39 for the Bruins. They're going to fake the handoff. No, it is not a fake. It is actual Martin gets the ball, and guess who brings him down? Kason Smith for a loss of 6 on the play. Kason making his presence known. Shout out to the Smith family, friends of mine. They're got to be beaming big time at the Smith household today.
Well, we hadn't called Kason Smith's name a lot at the end of the second quarter, right? We called a lot in the first, but in the second quarter, as Twin was marching, he wasn't getting in there a lot. But, he did not allow that misdirection to trick him. And good tackle for a loss, 2nd and 16.
Got a power bar at halftime. All right, Hess back to pass. He's got a receiver. The receiver makes the catch. It's going to be brought down immediately. That's Bryce Nelson again. My apologies, Bryce Nielsen. He's going to get back almost to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 4 on the play.
You know, it's Nielsen, right?
Nielsen. I just corrected myself.
No, Nielsen. Nielsen. I'm making fun of the Idaho way
accent.
of saying Nielsen. Nielsen and Nelson.
Nielsen.
Great catch there from Bryce Nielsen. Apologize, Tim.
No, that's in your guessing. Was that because I do? Nielsen and Nelson are so close. I interchange those.
For sure. No, I was teasing the pause.
Yeah, well, I was trying to remember Nielsen or Nelson. Yeah. All right, Hessen is set up with Amos in the backfield. Skyline again caving in, and the pocket just collapses as Skyline takes him down. Kason Smith leading, and Kason Smith comes stumbling out of that huddle, fired up. He looked like he got pushed, to be honest with you, and he didn't like it. He's kind of stomping around. One thing I know about Kason Smith, you get him ticked off, it's not a good thing. And the official's now coming over to talk to him, trying to settle him down, because he's definitely hot right now. And I have no idea what happened. It looked like he got pushed, and there was no flag, and probably should have been. But since there wasn't, we move on, right? 5 minutes, 15 seconds left. It's a 4th and 14 for the Bruins. A do or die on this one as they've moved the ball well. Oh, there it's a 4th down. They're going to punt. They were in lineup. I thought they were going to go, but they wisely had the man in the backfield. And now we're going to have a timeout. Waiting for the official call. Wow. I missed that one. Did you see that one?
Yeah, it was a delay of game when the Bruins, they couldn't quite get their guys out there. And yeah, it took too long to get the play call, which was a punt, and get their guys settled. So they took the penalty, only 5 yards for a punt, not a big deal.
With a good punter, that's not going to matter.
Right.
All right. Punts off. Nice punt. Holy cow. It's going to go into the end zone. My goodness. I have not seen that kind of a leg from the 43-yard line. He kicked it into the end zone on a punt.
Yeah, well, and that's
Great
why.
move.
Yeah, Dalton Carter's so good on those handling the punting duties. Again, his longest punt was somewhere in the 35-40 range, and he's also, again, their kick returner and punt returner. So dangerous legs on to both kick the ball and run it.
Well, that'll put the Grizzlies taking over on the offensive side of the ball at the 20-yard line. It'll be interesting to see as that last series of downs, pretty brutal on Carmen Garcia. He's walking out, not running out.
Right.
It's like, please don't let him hit me again, guys. I'm tired of this.
And it's interesting. We're almost 8 minutes in, right? Into this second half, and no touchdowns, no scores, all defense this half so far.
Been a defensive game. Handoff to Zion Williamson as he comes around off of right guard, between the guard and the tackle. He's going to pick up a gain of 4.
And hopefully someday he can become Zion Williamson.
Did I say Zion Williamson again?
You sure did, but I loved it. It made me so happy.
You know, Zion Crockett, great young man. He's athletic enough. We were saying prior to the broadcast, I have a tendency to compare him to Zion Williamson.
I love it.
And I just say, I hope he gets the same kind of NFL contract that Zion has with the NBA and has that kind of a career.
Absolutely.
He's a good young man. All right. So thanks for keeping me honest.
You know what? We'll be here all afternoon.
Yeah. Quick pass out to Zion from Garcia, and he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage, really. Number 42 make the stop. That is Dax Payne. He's had a couple of tackles tonight. And, he was getting kind of strutting because he deserved it. And the coach called him over and wanted to talk to him. So when he does things right, what's the coach got to say? Good job, good job.
You made one play, sir. Let's
yeah. Don't let it go to your head.
Let's not get too excited.
We got another quarter to go.
But he did make a great play. And we mentioned that for Skyline 4, their keys in the second half to stick with what they've been doing. But Twin Falls has been punching back, so maybe Skyline might have to take a shot, Twin, downfield, Tim.
I don't know if Garcia's had time because Bruins have been in that backfield all second half. And he gets enough time to make a shot downfield. He's got a receiver, but he takes him out of bounds. Boy, you called that. He had Trey Kirkham down here. Wide open, I don't know, wide open, but certainly open.
Yeah.
And if he could have got that ball to the spot, it was 6.
And Kirkham, yeah, he had plenty of space. He had his man beat by 3 or 4 yards. So if he doesn't send him out of bounds but sends him down the line, Tim, that is a touchdown for Trey. But unfortunately, falls incomplete, 4th and 7.
This is unusual territory. This whole third quarter, the Grizz have not been able to get their offense moving like it was the first half. As Crockett will get the ball almost blocked. He gets it off. It's a high ball. It'll be a fair catch. And wisely by Dalton Carter, fair catches it at the 46-yard line. Wow, this is not the same game.
It's not, and but you know what? It is the same sponsors though. So let's recognize the sponsor,
go.
Tim. Lava Hot Springs, Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off I-15. Their world-famous hot springs are open now from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees, so you can come and soak your worries away. Their indoor aquatic center with Kiddie Cove is now open Fridays and Saturdays, noon to 8 p.m. and Sundays, noon to 5, with special weekday hours. Visit lavahot.springs.com for more information and calendar for hours.
Wow, quick pass out to Holt Murray. Well read by the Grizz. Loss of 1 on the play. Bennett Southwick on the stop. That's what I was trying to see who it was. Southwick, haven't called his name tonight, but man, he read that beautifully, as if it were a storybook.
And Bennett Southwick, he's been on a couple of tackles. He's their
linebacker.
Yeah, he's their senior linebacker. 5'11", but 215.
Powerhouse, young man. He's built with muscle. All right, 2nd and 11 for the Bruins. As Skyline now drops back with a free safety. The pocket collapses, and Hess is going to go down. Number 20 gets in there, leads the collapsing Sawyer Davis. Wow, so Smith, Lopez, and Davis get in there, and loss of another 4. Hess not liking that's going to set up a 3rd and 15.
Yeah, 3rd and 15. And you know what? When your offense isn't able to move the ball because of good defense, you lean on your defense to get the job done. And Skyline's defense has been able to do that. And Skyline's offense has stayed on the field enough to keep the defense fresh.
You're right. Get Zion Crockett down here playing both sides again. At the bottom of your screen. Pass over the middle intended for Jason Evans. So it's great to see Evans back in the game. That's a positive sign. It goes over his head. Uncatchable ball, fall incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and the punting crew comes in. So the 3rd quarter could be described as a punting duel.
Well, and playing the field game, right?
Yes.
And forcing your opponent to march all the way down. If you're going to get past us, you're going to have to get past us, and 90 yards later. So, good coaches making those strategic moves and not forcing anything, but allowing your defense to force them to go 90+ yards.
Well, and it's been defense. I mean, both defenses have been in the backfield of the other team all the time. Now we're going to have another timeout. I'm assuming it's a timeout. Delay game? Yep, another delay game. Why are they doing that?
I'm not sure, because it doesn't give them.
There's not a clock on the board.
Well, and then it may give them more room to try to get that ball within
Well, if he can boot it like he did last time, you've got a good point.
And
good point.
And not let it go into the end zone.
Taylor back as the lone return man for the Grizz. As Dalton gets that off, a nice punt. It's going to go out of bounds about the 30 to 25, 26, actually the 27. He keeps walking. The official looks like he's going to stop, then he staggers another step.
And Taylor was giving respect to the punter, right? He was
6 yards behind.
Yeah, he was at the 10-yard line, and that ball ends up going about 15 yards shorter.
Well, as a return man, that's kind of your job. You have to make sure that doesn't go over your head.
Right.
So wise move by Taylor as he let the ball go down where it went out of bounds.
And another good punt from Dalton Carter.
Yep. All right. Lone backfield for no one in the backfield, but the man in motion is they're going to hand it off to Zion Crockett. He's going to take it around the corner. He's going to pick up the 50, the 50, the 48. Oh, right at the 50. They say he stepped out of bounds. Oh, wait, now there's an official down here. The line judge says he stepped out at the 46.
Well, and there's also a flag on the field at about the 42-yard line.
That's a hold. That's about all it can be right there.
Well, and from the reaction of the Skyline fans, this one's going to go against Skyline.
Boy, that was a beautiful play.
It's face mask on Twins Follow. So Skyline was booing, but thinking it was a hold, but it was a face mask. So
they'll add 15 to the end of the run.
Right, and in Bruins territory. So this is, Tim,
So
if I'm not mistaken, this is the best drive so far of the second half.
It is 1 minute left in this third quarter. This second half literally has been a defensive duel. This first time Skyline's been across midfield this quarter.
Which is kind of fun. Has been more defense. We've had a great mixture of ball, in all three facets, right? As our good friend Kalani Satake says, all three facets have been really complete and fun.
Kalani's your good friend? I'm impressed.
You know what? We go way back, Kalani and I.
Yeah, I'll bet. All right, Skyline now setting up with their fresh set of downs, our first junior across the midfield. Garcia going deep, way over the head, picked off by the Bruins, and Bruins immediately tackled at the 6-yard line. We must have made too much of them being across midfield, because now they turn it over, but the Bruins with the ball at the 6, that is great defensive position for Skyline, because they've been in that backfield with Hess all night, and that means Hess is going to be right close to the end zone, and a safety is still points.
And Kirkham is really good, Tim, but he was triple covered. Anthony Ramirez was right there for the interception. The ball was overthrown by Carmine Garcia. Ramirez saw it. He tracked it like an outfielder would, right?
Yeah,
and
center field there.
Picked off that ball, but it was 1st and 10, but they basically punted the ball, Tim.
Yeah, they did. Hess is going to take the ball. He's going to hand it off to Coons up the middle. Coons is going to have a nice little run as he'll pick up probably 6 yards.
It's interesting. Teams sometimes, when they're really good at offense or not so good at something on offense, they tend to struggle on defense. For example, Skyline doesn't tend to go down the middle a lot, right? They tend to use the corners. They use their outside. They don't go off tackle often. And on defense, they've struggled. One thing they've struggled with is stopping the run inside, containing the run on those off tackle runs.
Well, Coons is such an athlete. It's tough. It's tough to stop an athlete like him. They're going to try it again as they go up the middle with Coons. Coons trying to find that first down marker. He's very close to the first down.
And on that first down, it was 6 yards, and this is another 4 yards on that one.
Yep, 4 yards. They're going to give him the first down.
So the
Bruins moving the sticks, getting out of the deep hole kind of that they were in there. And we're going to have a timeout now on the field again. So we're going to fade away to some of our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype, because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Back at the ICCU Dome here in Pocatello as we've completed 3 quarters of play now, starting the fourth quarter, and the first item of action for the fourth quarter are flags. An illegal motion, false start against the Bruins, not what they wanted. After having moved the chain successfully, gotten out of the deep hole that they were in, somebody moved. So now they'll line up again. Skyline trying to get into the backfield, which has been working for them, but this series not so much as they've been letting Coons go. And then they do get in the backfield, and Coons brought down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be Dominique Lopez, as going to be a big loss on the play. Loss of 6. We already the penalty. Loss of 1.
So we had a penalty on the false start, and then loss of 1. Dominique Lopez getting off his block quickly, getting the backfield, making that tackle, and he was juiced up after that one, Tim.
Yeah, you think? The kid knows how to dance, I'll tell you that much.
So it's second and 16. That interception may actually be a blessing in disguise for Skyline.
Yeah, they could give him some pretty good field position. Nice pass going over the middle, almost picked off by the Grizz. Falls short of Evans. See who that was for the Grizzlies. That was 28, Bennett Southwick, who really, if he could have jumped another half an inch, he probably would have at least blocked it, but probably caught it. And so that's going to set up a 3rd and 16. That's a long first down for the Bruins right now. Hess coming in with the play for the team from the sidelines. You know, it's interesting, Joel, how all the teams are now going to play. Coach called plays. That's something that's just been the last 20 years or so. Used to rely upon the quarterback reading the defense. Hess now takes the snap. He drops back. He's getting the pass off. He gets drilled. He's got a receiver, but it's going to be picked off by the Grizz. Well blocked as he's trying to return it. Guess who it is? Taylor.
Taylor pursues so well. Again, it was another double, triple team on that outside throw. This time it was Skyline double, triple teaming the receiver. Taylor gets up there, jumps up, intercepts that ball, and great yards after catch. And we not really the tip drill, but the interception drill, right, Tim?
Yeah.
Once that ball is intercepted, you get going and start blocking downfield.
And they did. That was great. He brought that back, 7 yards? Taylor, I'm impressed. His size, he just jumped to the height of a 6'5" dude.
Yeah, like we said, Taylor not very tall, just 5'11", but yeah, getting that ball beyond the taller receiver.
Zion Crockett takes it around off of the left tackle. He'll pick up a gain of 4. Yep, gain of 4. Crockett having a good night.
Gain of 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 6.
All right, so the Grizz in their best field position the second half have the ball. Receiver, wide field there for them, but they're going to hand it off around the short field. That's going to be to Liam Lynch, and he does some good stiff arm spin moves there. See where they mark that. It's very close to the first down, I think. It is not close to the first down. It's past the first down. They're going to put it at the 15. That's a 1st and 10 for the Grizz. So the Grizz moving the chains now. Fourth quarter, they're kind of waking up, saying, we can do this, we can do this.
So turnover margin, it's 1-1 here, but Twin Falls not able to score off the turnover. Grizzlies looking to score here off their turnover.
Well, the difference is they intercepted down here at the goal line versus Taylor picked it up at the Bruins 45 and then brought it back to the 28, whatever that was. So Garcia now, he's going to keep it this time. Interesting. As beat up as he's been, he's probably going to spin for a gain of 5 on the play. Garcia again. That's his first carry of the second half. That's interesting. Guess he feels like he's healed. Took some Tylenol at halftime. But the Grizzlies now moving the ball inside the red zone at the 10 for a 2nd and 5. And, you know, Joel, as tough as these two teams have been, if the Grizzlies pick up a touchdown here, that's going to make it really tough for the Bruins to come back.
Yeah, with the way the Grizzlies defense has been playing, if Grizzlies score here, I think that's ball game.
Crockett's going to get the carry off the left side of the field, and he's going to take it all the way down to the 4. That's going to be enough for another first down. Oh, Joel, it's getting close. So he'll pick up a gain of 6 on that carry. And that's a 1st and goal from the 4 for the Grizzlies. Bruins got to find something here to stop this. Even if they have to settle for a field goal, they don't want to give up a touchdown at this point in the game. 9 minutes and 5 seconds and counting. Garcia's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Zion Crockett. Crockett takes it down. We don't see that edge of the field because of the fans, but they're going to say Zion got into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. It's another touchdown for Zion.
Zion Crockett, that was, I think, 2 straight runs and then 1 run from Liam Lynch. But a healthy dose of Zion Crockett on that drive after the interception from Taylor. And not really ground and pound, right? But they were definitely running that ball on those edges.
Felt like a ground.
It did, right? It did.
All right, Garcia will be here to kick the extra point to have a 2-touchdown lead advantage over the Bruins. And the kick is up and good. So that'll put a 28-14 lead for the Skyline Grizzlies. 8 minutes, 58 seconds left in this game, and everything now going Skyline's way.
And, let's recognize Scholl's Dermatology. Scholl's Dermatology has been providing the Magic Valley excellent care and management of skin diseases for over 40 years. Scholl's Dermatology takes pride in diagnosis, management, and medical, as well as surgical treatment of a number of skin conditions. Visit their website for a list of the skin conditions and other treatments. Scholl's Dermatology proudly supports Twin Falls athletics. And let's hit one more time Lava Hot Springs. Lava Hot Springs in Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off I-15, their world-famous hot springs are open now from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees, so you can come and soak your worries away. Their indoor aquatic center with Kitty Cove is now open Fridays and Saturdays, noon to 8 p.m. and Sundays noon to 5 p.m. with special weekday hours. Visit lavahot.springs.com for more information and calendar of hours.
You know, they should really give both quarterbacks for each team a free pass to
Right.
those Hot Springs after this game. Soak those weary bones.
For sure.
Great place. We do love to go down to Lava and soak in those hot tubs. They got some great tubs down there and just a beautiful facility. Skylines with a 2-touchdown lead now. We'll kick it off. The boot's going to go down. Oh, it bounces. Coons was going to pick it up. It bounced forward. He now picks it up. The 20, the 25. He'll go to the 26, I think. Yep, that's where they mark it. It's the 26. Coons slow to get up. I can't tell if he's winded or he's just tired of being beaten up.
And he keeps kind of shaking his right hand, so.
Ooh, that's not good for a running back.
Yeah, may have dinged up his right hand a little bit.
The Bruins have to just march this ball down and score, and then find a way to stop Skyline again and score again. I mean, that's the only game plan you can call here.
Well, and then with a minute or so left to play in the first half, they were able to score. So let's see if they can do it again.
Yep, they're going to hand it off to Coons up the middle. Coons hit hard. They're still going to give him a gain of 4 on the play, a forward motion. Man, he was powering through, and then I didn't see who it was that came through and made that hit. Did you, Joel?
No, I didn't, but they came in like a missile because he was coming in, and he was, I don't think he was turning. He was running straight, hips squared towards, the end zone, and he was turned all the way around from that hit.
That takes a powerful hit to do that with a man, with an athlete like Coons. Again, going to hand it off to Coons as he goes into that middle, and Skyline reads it well. The entire line of the defensive team there, trying to see who the lead tackle was, but that's I think that's Lopez. Am I right? Yep, Dominique Lopez makes the tackle, assisted by all of the rest of the defensive team. Just under 8 minutes now left to play in this fourth quarter, and the Grizz with a comfortable 2-touchdown lead. A 3rd and 5. Certainly doable, but I don't know if they want to take that up the middle again. They don't. Hess back to pass. He's got a receiver. Oh, he overthrows his receiver. His receiver's open. Taylor was trying to give him some cushion, and he gave him too much cushion. Hoyt Murray was the intended receiver. I thought for a minute, Joel, that they were going to connect and have a big touchdown.
Well, and Will Jensen, it was a blown coverage. Will Jensen gave him all kinds of space. And yeah, if he makes that catch, the the Bruins receiver.
It's 6, yep.
Yeah.
Hoyt.
That was okay.
Hoyt Murray.
Hoyt Murray. If he makes the catch, he's gone. Yeah, Hess
All right,
led him
timeout.
too far.
Timeout for the Bruins. That's your magic, Joel.
Hey, looking to buy or sell a home in Idaho Falls or purchase or sell a commercial property? Make your closing stress-free with the team at Flying S Title and Escrow. With years of experience, the team at Flying S Title and Escrow provides fast, reliable, and professional service every step of the way. Get the smooth, secure closing you deserve. Call us today at 208-522-9195. Flying S Title and Escrow, where we make things easy for you. And Conan Heating and Air Conditioning is your authorized Lennox Premier dealer in Idaho Falls. Conan Heating and Air Conditioning has been providing a superior HVAC service in the Idaho Falls area for over 64 years with highly qualified and experienced technicians. No job is too big or small. For all your furnace repair needs in Idaho Falls, trust the job to Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit them online for more information at conanheating.com.
All right, the Bruins now with the ball, right? Fourth and 5. They are going to go for it. That's what was causing me some pause. Deep in their own country at the 30-yard line, 31-yard line, they are going to go for that first down with a fourth down call, and they're going to not get it as the Grizzlies swarm. Kason Smith gets in there, spins Hess around, and allows his compatriots to come in and take him down. Hess frustrated as he lost 3 yards on that play, and it'll put the ball at the 29-yard line. First and 10 at the Bruins 29-yard line for the Grizzlies. And 7 minutes, 27 seconds left. If Skyline scores here, I won't say that somebody's singing, but I can hear them warming up.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? That was a coverage sack that they were just trying to do some quick outs, quick ins, and no receivers were open, and that's why Hess decided to take it himself. But that pocket collapsed so fast. Great defensive play, fourth down stop for the Grizzlies defense.
Yeah, Kason Smith getting in there again. All right, the Grizz are going to hand it off. They're going to come around the top side of the screen for you. The handoff goes to Lynch, I believe. That is Liam Lynch. And he's caught behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a loss on the play, a loss of 2. Wait a minute. Number 6 is who? He said Sean Kearing.
That was Liam Lynch on the carry.
Yeah. Has he got a different roster than we do?
I mean, he is the Skyline, official Skyline PA, so.
Yeah, but, you know, we talked to the
Mr.
coach.
Marlowe.
There's some holes on this roster, folks, where there's a couple of numbers where there's not players listed. And Scott told us, he says, don't worry about it, guys. If they see action, it's going to be a blowout one way or the other. All right, Garcia back to pass. He sets up the screen as it's well executed.
Garcia's pass complete to Crockett.
Zion Crockett? It's not Crockett, is it? It's I guess that's the blocker. Crockett did make the reception, but one of the big offensive line, I think it's a guard for the Grizzlies, staying down on his face. You hate to see that. Ethan Elmore is just laying down. Another helping him up. I think he just got his bell rung. He's going to come off. He's on his own. Yeah, he's moving. He's doing good. They're using other names. I feel like, did you hear what he called him?
Yeah, he called him Ollie. So his name is Oliver, but yeah, a little nickname Ollie Holm. For I thought Oliver had caught the ball though.
No, it was Zion.
Screen. It was Zion. Okay,
yeah.
so Oliver was hurt on the block.
Yeah, he got blocked in the back coming down.
Okay.
So that's why he's laying on his back. Everybody landed on him.
Okay, gotcha. Because I thought he had caught it.
So did I. That's why I was
wow,
confused.
They're passed into the offensive lineman, got downfield.
Yeah, that's a penalty. You can't do that.
Unless he's lined up in the right spot.
That's true. Zion Crockett's going to take the ball and a nice run around the left corner. He'll get the first down, but there are flags on the play. That's at the line, so it's going to be a hold. It is against the Grizzlies. So that nice run by Zion is going to come back. But the good news is they get to replay the down. That's going to put the ball at about the 35-yard line. Third down. 17 to go, 3rd and 17. I assume you're going to see Garcia lighten it up, pick up 17 yards.
Yeah, I think what you don't want to do here is take a shot downfield. You're up 2 scores. Your defense has been nails this second half. I think you run the ball, maybe a quick pass across the middle, but nothing major that would create a turnover or a good field position for the Bruins.
Valid point, 5 minutes and 30 seconds and counting. Garcia takes the ball. It's a high snap, and literally as he pulls it in to try to figure out what to do, he's taken down by the Bruins. Logan Darrow in on the tackle, as well as Easton Irwin. And a loss of another 5. So now it's 4th and 22, but still on their side of the field. Do you waste a kickoff, or do you try and go for it, even though it's really, you're just looking for positioning on that field at this point in time?
Looks like they're going for it as a.
They are.
Oh,
No,
or maybe Carmine Garcia can punt.
He can. I've seen him punt, and he does. And he's going to punt it into the end zone. No, what a roll. Bounces back. Skyline's going to down it at the 7-yard line. What a heads-up move. How do you get it to bounce back like that?
That was impressive. You know what? That's my work in the off season because
okay.
my brother and I, we used to kick all the time across the street at the park. We'd try to kick over the soccer posts, but I haven't quite learned what makes, how do you make the punts to come back. But Tim, I'm going to do that homework in the off season. This off season was spent more working running schemes and pulls and all the run option stuff. But, yeah, I need to learn how those punts work.
I'm excited to see that next year.
You know what? I'm going to bring that expertise to these broadcasts.
I can see a great
excited.
Memorial Day activity in our
That's right. We're going to be going over all kinds of punting techniques, kickoff plays.
With all those boys you've got, you probably have some helpers.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
He's got 4 of the cutest boys you've ever seen in your life. All right, we've got Hess with a quick pass. Ow! He was shooting out in the flat for Bryce Nielsen. He's got it right that time.
Nielsen.
But it falls incomplete, so that's going to set up a 2nd and 10. The ball is at the 7, so this is an area where you don't want to catch the quarterback in the backfield because you can easily see a safety happen.
No doubt. And we were talking about punting, how you do that. Great punt, though, from Carmine Garcia, right?
Yeah.
That was amazing. Got it inside the 10-yard line. The ball did bounce. We thought it was going to bounce out of bounds, Tim. It hit about the 3-4-yard line, and then it bounced this way, this direction.
I can't wait for you to perfect that. That's going to be so exciting.
I do. I can't
see you
wait.
down there on the air telling those punters how to do this.
That's right.
Hess in the end zone making a throw. He's got a receiver open. The catch is made. Not enough for the first down, but darn close. As guess who it is? Any guesses?
On the tackle or the catch?
The catch.
I'm going to guess
Bryce.
Number 87, Bryce Nielsen.
Nielsen, you got it, my friend.
Nielsen.
It's a good catch, really good catch.
It was.
Inches, really, not even a yard left on this 3rd and inches for the Bruins. They're going to hand it off to Coons. Coons is, I think he'll make it, but I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No. They didn't give it to him. He was still a yard short. Just got back to the line of scrimmage. Brings up 4th and 1. Bryce Nielsen on that last play. Good job shedding the tackle and getting upfield for a few more.
Yeah, it really was. There were 3-4 Skyline Grizzlies right there on him.
Right.
And he still plowed forward. Almost got that first down. And now they're going to probably call a timeout, and they do. So we'll have a timeout here for the Bruins. And a chance to recognize some more of our sponsors.
Yeah, Grand Peaks Community Health Center in Idaho Falls and Ammon is proud to support our local athletes and keep them healthy on their road to the state titles. Grand Peaks has been serving the Upper Valley in San Anthony and Rexburg for many years and is excited to now serve Idaho Falls. They provide affordable medical, dental, behavioral, health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services. That's Grand Peaks Community Health Center, new to Idaho Falls. And Levitt Select, Tim, is locally operated with locations in Rexburg, Rigby, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, and Boise. Levitt's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each consumer's needs. the community they work and live in is their #1 priority. As such, they offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of their community's assets. Levitt Select in Idaho Falls wants to be your insurance professionals. Please call them today at 208-522-2582. Levitt Select Insurance, here for all your insurance needs.
All right, a 4th and 1 for the Bruins. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left to go. Hess with the snap. He's going to come around the edge. He will pick up the first down. Takes a nice hit, but gets the first down. Sacrifices the body again for the carry. I haven't been keeping track of Ty Hess, but he's done that a couple times. He's got to have probably 30 yards. And short of his 100 last week, but
yeah, if Twin wants to score, they got to stop the clock and score now. Of course, they only have 1 timeout left, so they decided to spike the ball to stop the clock.
Smart move. I've seen that be counteractive in high school football, though, because not all players understand how to do that. Saw a young man try to spike it, but he threw it behind him, which becomes a lateral and a live ball.
Right.
And so I've seen that once in podcasting, so I guess it doesn't happen a lot.
Right. But it's happened once. Want to make sure you spike the ball cleanly.
All right, Hess back, looking. He's going to scramble now. He keeps the ball, slides at the 25 because he says, I'm tired of getting hit. Smart move by that young man.
That is a good slide from Hess.
He'll pick up 5 yards on that.
Almost 3 minutes and counting. This is the Bruins season. They got to get downfield and score quickly.
Oh, yeah, they got to go hurry up offense. They got to move this. Again, Hess is going to keep it, and he's going to lose. Nope, he'll pick up a yard, I guess. But you can't have a yard gain when it's under 3 minutes and a 2-touchdown differential. So it's tough at this point in time for the Bruins to make up what they need to make up, if at all feasible, which is frustrating because they have played a good game. Another 4th down, a little bit longer for the Bruins now, 4th and 5, as this is their season right here. Hess looks, he makes a quick throw, intercepted by the Grizzlies. I may get that all the way in, and they do. Southwick with the pick. Wow. Bennett Southwick just had a, I don't know, once-in-a-lifetime senior. He is a senior, isn't he? Yeah, he's a senior. Senior occurrence in the playoff to get a pick and take it in for a touchdown. That is huge and does seal the deal for the Skyline Grizzlies. They'll move on to take on, who do they take on, Joel? Do you remember?
I don't, but, dude, that pick 6
was
amazing. And the celebration, they'll get flagged for that, but that celebration was even better.
Push-ups in the end zone? Is that what they were doing?
As they do those handstands, it's now become famous. It was started in college. It was like college, I can't remember who it was, some no-name like, I don't know, Holy Cross or Colgate or something like that. And then now the NFL, it's become popular in the NFL, and now high school teams, I've seen it done by a few high school teams. Now Skyline has done it as all players did the handstand and put their arms to their sides as they did handstands on their helmets.
I'm not sure Scott's going to be in love with that, but, you know.
Probably not, and they were flagged for it, and that flag will be assessed on the kickoff.
So guess who they play? We have a timeout now? We do have a timeout. Probably the Bruins. No, it's Skyline. Are they going to go for a 2-point conversion? Why? Why would they call a timeout?
It looks like there was some confusion.
Maybe not enough players.
As the offensive coaches are giving an earful to their players. So I think there was some confusion on the play as players were getting lined up.
So I looked it up. Guess who Skyline plays?
Bishop Kelly.
No, they're out.
No, they lost Minico.
Minico,
right.
That's going to be a game,
That will
Joel.
be.
That's going to be a game.
And, the question is can Skyline, which they've shown tonight, can they clog up the middle? Kuntz has had some big runs. He has.
Yep.
And I think Skyline struggled here and there, but for the most part, I probably didn't give them enough credit. They did clog up the middle enough to keep Kuntz at bay, but Kuntz got free on a number of those big runs up the middle. So can they stop the PSC, Preston Sauna Cranny, the big
I like that,
running
Joel.
back from Minico?
All right, the kick is up. It'll be, a chip shot for Garcia. And it's going to be a 35-14 game. And as stated, because of that kind of cool celebration in the end zone, we kind of both liked it. I would have given it a solid 7. If they could have been synchronized more, I would have given them more.
I mean, again, these are high schoolers trying to do this new celebration, and it's hard to really perfect it when you're on top of your helmet, putting everyone's arms, to their sides. It's hard to do a handstand with your hands on the ground, let alone with your hands to the sides and just being held up by your helmet.
Yeah, I do somersaults.
Right.
Well, 35-14, 2 minutes, 26 seconds left in this game, and a well-fought game by the Twin Falls Bruins. They have nothing to hang their head on, I don't think. They have defensively made Carmen Garcia's night painful, and they've had some spots of grandeur and some frustrations. A season to be proud of for the Bruins. It's one of those where I hate to see one of the key teams go home, but one has to.
Yeah, and Twin Falls, really solid game from them. They struggled here and there during the season, but when they only lost to Minico 7-6, you knew this. Their offense struggled, but their defense only holding to Minico to 7 points. And Minico scored 40-50 throughout the year, Tim, against other teams in that Great Basin Conference. Yeah, and I saw one of those games. It was the Burley Minico game. So the fact that Twin Falls defense is this good bodes well for their future. And a lot of underclassmen as well still on this team next year.
Nice kick for the Grizzlies. Comes down in the hands of Amos Coons. Coons going to bring it out to the 40. Breaks to 42. And that's going to be where they start from. Guess who got that tackle?
Gabe Searle.
Yep, Searle. Timeout for the officials. Why have we got a player down? We do have a player down. Ooh, it's Coons. Now he's helped up, but he's that young man has earned his stripes tonight. As the trainer's going to take him off. They'll do a trainer evaluation on him. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. It could easily be that his night is done.
And if we're talking Bruins, do you think Coons has earned his hibernation tonight? Taking a break in the offseason, at least for a week or so until
he's a senior.
He gets back in the offseason and gets ready for whatever happens next, right?
Yep. So Hess back to throw. He's got a receiver out there. Nielsen is going to make the catch. There'll be a pickup of 7, I think, on the play. Nielsen's having a couple of good catches here. Crockett making this. How often have we heard that? Zion Crockett made the tackle. He's played a lot of both ways tonight. That's interesting for a team that doesn't believe in playing kids both ways.
Right, and obviously you like to do that, but he is listed,
both.
As wide receiver and then SB, which I don't know if that's like. I can't think of what that stands for, but I think they bring him in certain instances, Tim. I wonder if they were afraid of this, if the Skyline defense or coaching staff was afraid of this the receivers in Twin Falls, so they wanted someone fast on the edges contain that.
Makes sense. All right, a penalty on the field brought the ball against the Bruins, brought the ball back to the 35, and now a 2nd and 17, not the motion they're supposed to be making backwards. So a big play. Again, Coons still over on the sidelines being evaluated. Looks like the trainers have released him, though, but he's sitting on the back bench. So his night is done. All right, Hess takes the snap. He's looking. He's going deep. He's got a receiver in Jason Evans. Wow. I thought Evans had it. Was that Taylor?
No, that was Will Jensen. Yeah, broken up by Will Jensen. Nice tracking by Jensen. As soon as the ball hit Nielsen's hands,
he knocked it.
Knocked it out, exactly.
That was impressive defense. by Jensen. I honestly thought, so we had Jensen and Jensen? Oh, Evans and Jensen. Sorry.
Yep.
Jason Evans.
Right.
Whew.
Will Jensen and
Good thing you're here. Cover for me.
Jason Evans. So it wasn't Nielsen. Well, I made a mistake too. It was Jason Evans.
Well, it is now a 3rd and 17 for the Bruins. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in this matchup. Hess drops back. It's going to be stopped as a flag stops the play, and it's going to be a forward motion, illegal motion, whatever they want to call it now.
False start prior
False
to the
start.
snap. Yeah. You know, I was thinking about
Ouch.
SB. What does SB stand for? You know, it's on the roster for Zion Crockett SB and then wide
Strong
receiver.
back.
And then I'm thinking special baller.
I like it. I would give him a title more like safety relief valve.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Call him the SAV. Or, I don't know, SRV. Zion can earn probably any title after a game he's had.
Yeah, game, season, career. Obviously, he's still only a junior. But, man, I feel like I've been calling his name for years.
We have. I think he played as a freshman, if I remember. Pass by Hess is caught by Dalton Carter. Carter takes it all the way down to the 49-yard line. That'll be not enough for a first down, but then now set up a 4th and 4. And now 1:45 and counting. 4th down. You got to go for it, and might as well open it up and shoot one downfield far.
Yeah, for sure.
Some respectability at this point in time. Hess in the backfield, takes the snap. Skyline into the backfield quickly. Hess gets a pass off, goes over the head of his receiver. That's Dalton Carter, and that doesn't come down in his hands because that was a third base and not what Carter was expecting. So big turnover on downs. The Grizzlies will take over the ball at the 49-yard line. And 1:19 left in this matchup. Joel, anything you need to catch up on?
Yeah, let's shout out one more time Levitt Select. Levitt Select is locally operated with locations in Rexburg, Rigby, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, and Boise. Levitt's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each consumer's needs. The community they work and live in is their #1 priority. As such, they offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of their community's assets. Levitt Select in Idaho Falls wants to be your insurance professionals. Please call them today at 208-522-2582. Levitt Select Insurance, here for all your insurance needs.
All right, we look to see the victory kneel here by Garcia. He takes a low snap and then the kneel, and the clock will go under a minute. Just 2 more snaps, and it's next for the Grizzlies.
And one more, Tim. Let's, of course, recognize the Idaho Bowl. Attention all Idaho football stars. The Idaho Bowl is now accepting nominations for 6th through 8th grade athletes. If you've got a future all-star in the making, visit IdahoSports.com to nominate them today. In partnership with IdahoSports.com, the Idaho Bowl selects the best players across the state to compete in the premier youth all-star game. Plus, they're raising funds for the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Idaho. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something special. Nominate now at IdahoBowl.com.
Garcia takes another kneel, and I think that's going to be the last one of the game as we're now under 30 seconds. And the players start congratulating each other. The Bruins with a slow, painful walk off. Grizzlies running over to celebrate. And the Grizzlies will advance on the playoffs to play Minico Spartans next week. I assume that'll probably be back here in the Dome, as Skyline is the higher seed of the two. Minico's a 5 seed. And clock goes to 0. That's all they wrote. And it's a W for the Skyline Grizzlies. They get the win 35-14. We're going to fade away for some commercial sponsors. Give us a chance to talk about the game and, of course, the IdahoSports.com player of the game. And it's not going to be Joel Richardson, although he tried. If he could have got his punts.
That's right.
We'll be back in just a few moments with our closing thoughts.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.
All right, we're back here at the ICCU Dome. I keep on calling it the mini dome. I apologize. Bad habit. As the Skyline Grizzlies have defeated the Bruins 35-14. And Joe, honestly, this was a much closer game than that score would indicate.
Right, it was. It was 21-14 and going into halftime. And then the third quarter, no scores, all defense. Finally, the Skyline breaks the scoring drought, getting that score in the fourth quarter and making it 28-14. And then Twin Falls throws the pick. What that pick ends up being a pick six, actually.
Yep.
And they score, making it 35-14. So because of turnovers, Skyline, one of their keys to the game was winning the turnover battle. They did.
They did.
And
by one.
By one. But both those turnovers resulted in points. Twin Falls could not score off turnovers.
That's a valid point. And every coach you talk to talks about turnovers. So nothing new in that, but Skyline able to capitalize. And it's got to be fun for Bennett Southwick to make that pick six his senior season.
And I mean, back to your point, Tim, though, it was closer. That pick was thrown late in the game. They're trying to do something, and Bennett Southwick was there for the pick and then the score. But really, it was a much closer game because of the defense, especially second half, Tim, was unreal. That third quarter was a battle.
It was nothing but a defensive game. I mean, we didn't move the ball very far. It's just kind of 30 to 40 yard differential there.
Right.
And what a great, and that third quarter was my favorite quarter of this whole game.
It really was. And yeah, you would think, well, there were no scoring. But because there was already scores on the board, it made every drive and every stop on every drive interesting, because we knew if they can get the stop, they get the ball back and they have a chance to score, vice versa as well.
Well, as we're offline, we have to have that conversation about the IdahoSports.com player of the game. And I was telling Joel, there's so many players that I want to give it to. First of all, I want to give it to Carmen Garcia, because that guy was just brutalized all night long.
Right.
Stayed in there, still throwing some dimes, but we're not going to. Sorry, Carmen. I want to give it to Kaysen Smith. That guy was an animal on defense. He was all over that field.
At least 2 sacks.
I think he had more.
Well, that's why I said at least.
Okay, we'll give you that least. Evan and Shannon at home saying, hey, give him credit.
That's right.
Great
Shout
night
out
for
to
him.
Smiths.
Yeah, great night for him. But we've got to talk about Zion Crockett. Joel?
Yeah, Zion Crockett, man, 79 yards rushing, 28 yards receiving. These are official stats kept by the great Tim Belknap doing the play-by-play today. 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. Those were actually legit stats. We know that he ran for 2 and caught 1 as well. And Zion Crockett, despite all the rest of his teammates, great production today on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Balanced production. Zion Crockett also playing a little bit DB out there in the
tackles.
secondary, couple tackles. Zion Crockett is our IdahoSports.com player of the game.
Well, congratulations, Zion Crockett. You and your Skyline Grizzlies deserve it. You got the win tonight. You'll advance forward to play the Minico Spartans next week. Well, everybody, today's player of the game, we just announced Zion Crockett. It's brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field, on the road, be in the moment, and free from distractions. This is an IdahoSports.com production of the 2024 Idaho High School Football postseason. You by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's college saving program, Valley-Wide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, as well as our sponsors. They include Levitt Select, Grand Peaks Community Healthcare, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning, Flying S Title and Escrow, Lava Hot Springs, and Skulls Dermatology, as well as our power booster, the MVP Rentals. A special thanks go out to the Skyline Athletic Director, Zarek Wadsworth, and the team here at the ICCU Dome have been nothing but professional, kind, and courteous. We appreciate them for their hospitality and helping get this game to us and accommodating us being inside today, not freezing. We've done a few of those.
We have done a few of those, although today would have been a beautiful day.
It would have been, but
50,
I'm still good with this. Yeah, in November to be in your 50s, you're right. That's spot on. But I don't hold out for next week being in the 50s on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Zion Crockett, you get the nod tonight. Thanks for joining us as the Skyline Grizzlies have defeated the Twin Falls Bruins by a score of 35-14. For my broadcast partner, Mr. Sports Knowledge, Joel Richardson, and everyone else really behind the scenes. We got a lot of people behind the scenes at IdahoSports.com who are helping make sure these broadcasts come off without a hitch. Okay, at least come off good. Sometimes there are hitches, but we appreciate the team behind the scenes at IdahoSports.com and bringing this broadcast to you. For everyone at IdahoSports.com, I'm Tim Belknap saying so long. We'll see you next week for more Idaho High School playoff action here